So, 7 deadly sins. Last.
Hold on, I gotta
Let's begin.
Last we left off, the party got into some very difficult waters. Some arguments were had about the direction in which the party was to go into next. But before tensions could truly get to kind of their max, the party was ambushed and attacked by some seemingly overpowered members of the guild, the Assassin of the Joyful Death, that are Ares used to be part of within his past. 2 other figures joined the fray and seemingly joined the party for an extended period of time: Drax and Isaac, strength and death respectively. The party decided to end up making their way back to Panmark, and Ares learned that some people were interested in him and in his protection for some reason. This led to, upon return to Panmark, an awful thing happened. The figurehead, the Duke, had been assassinated, and an all-out gang war made it into the streets. The party looked for cover, stayed safely, and the next morning made their way to a looming tower in the center and heart of the city. Weaved their way through the maze, through the large mahogany door. Only Ares, Drax, and Isaac stepped into the tower proper. Made it into the familiar chamber to Ares. Ares, as your breath catches, and you look around the vaguely familiar space with its high Gothic ceilings, just bits of indigo, blues, and purples, just ever so slightly shining into the only source of light in this king's chamber. The long, sweeping staircase, and just the figure sitting on a throne, face obscured, cloaked in shadow.
Drax is gonna immediately get to the foot of the steps and get to his normal position. He's gonna kneel on one knee. Head low.
Isaac's going to follow suit.
Ares is gonna glance around and do the same thing. Just kneel.
King is silent for a long time and just stares down at you. Strength.
Yes, my lord.
Seems you have been successful.
Yes, my lord.
You will be duly rewarded.
Thank you.
Thank you, my lord.
This journey was arduous, I assure you.
Fear. That difficulties are not to end soon. Specific mission awaits you.
Sorry, say that again, Aaron?
A very specific mission awaits you. You are aware
Yes, my
of
lord.
the boon that was granted to Temperance. I plan to make do on that promise. We will continue protecting him.
Yes, my lord.
Will be done, my lord.
Continue to check in with Temperance periodically to give you more updates on this assignment.
May I ask a question, my lord?
I kind of like glance over at Ares.
Ares, what's your passive insight?
Sorry, what's passive insight again? Is that?
Insight. Are you proficient in insight?
I am.
Okay, so it would be 10 plus 10 plus your wisdom plus your proficiency modifier.
Okay, so that's 18.
He's not looking you directly in the eye. Something that this individual seems to radiate power.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see just the slight, like, quiver in, like, Drax's hands as he looks up, in this, like, just a tiny, like, hint of a tremor in Isaac's voice. Just being in the presence of this individual.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to even be, like, you know, they're monitoring their breathing. They're, like, trying to, like, you know that, like, moment in class when everyone's, like, you're, like, so, like, nervous that you don't even want to breathe too loudly?
Yeah.
They're holding their breaths.
Sorry?
Suddenly. And finally steals himself, seemingly. Instead of looking past you, looks you directly in your eyes.
I maintain the eye contact with him. And, I ask, in a steady tone, trying to keep my voice as steady as possible. Who asked for my protection? Why do you want me to be protected, and why did you want to bring me here, sir?
Inquisitive, are we?
Yes, sir.
I am a merciful and generous king who makes do on my promises. That is why you're here and why you're protected.
Thank you.
Is Zach doing that, or is Isaac doing that?
Is Zach? I was like confused. Is like, is that?
That's a Zach. That's a
Yes,
Zach.
yes.
So, I'm aware this is my second time ever meeting him, but does it feel like he's hiding something?
Roll an insight check.
Like, can I roll insight, or... Okay. If I haven't known him for long enough, it's fine. 29.
Fuck high wisdom rollers. I hate you. You're all dumb.
To read.
What?
He's hard to read.
Can't? Okay.
Hard to read. It seems that he's so, like, and the little bit of anxiety that you have is, like, kind of playing into that. You think, am I second guessing myself here? What's really going on?
Starting to question my loyalty.
Is that all?
If there's nothing more you need of us, and if we are dismissed, then it is.
I'll have your funds, Drax, and Isaac. And you see that he almost relishes in saying your true names. It's almost like this is personal.
Mm-hmm.
There's a hint of, like, he wants you to make this job a priority, and the reason that he used your real names was to show that.
Mm-hmm.
And though I know money doesn't really fancy you, We have research, magic items, arcane secrets. Fortune will grant these boons, and there will be more to come if you continue to succeed at your jobs. Am I understood?
Thank you for your...
Yes.
My lord. Thank you for your generosity.
Yes.
Thank you.
Drax is gonna stand up and he's gonna shuffle out.
Isaac's going to rise, give him a more sort of nod of thank you to the king. And tell Ares we head back to the manor. Wait. Did he tell us where to go? Because some stuff you were cutting in and out, Aaron.
He said the Wheel of Fortune would have your rewards.
Okay.
Yeah.
I stand up and I
whisper
look
to Drax.
I look at the king and I say, "Thank you," and I walk away.
He's looking past you again, and there's an intensity to his eyes as he looks out.
Zach has a theory, but Isaac
Ben
wouldn't
has
know.
a theory. Ben has a theory as well.
I love theories. Okay. As each and every step echoes throughout the hall, you almost don't want to turn your back, as that kind of instinctual fear still sits within you. And as you exit the chamber, release a sigh of held breath you didn't even notice you were holding. And as you're making your way up, Muriel, Ruby, TJ,
Squad.
as you all are kind of like sitting kind of, some of you a little bored, some of you a little bit like anticipatory.
Calm down, child. He'll be back.
They're back soon enough, and you can kind of see a figure who like is slumped against the side. And you're like, oh, like do a double take, and you can see an individual dressed with kind of a clown makeup face, a like perfectly fine tailored white suit
No!
with like red.
No!
Circus.
You can see a small white dog is kind of like clipping at their heels. And they sort of like, and they have what seems to be a jester's hat that is kind of like tilted to one side as they kind of cross their arms and just kind of seem to almost be like waiting next to you.
Kind of step between like I don't know if PJ's behind, but I kind of like PJ behind me for a second, like with brandish my shield, like, what business do you have?
He's the circus man. They hired him.
You could say that.
PJ,
Do I recognize this person?
You do not.
PJ, clowns don't appear in mazes.
I mean,
We can really appear anywhere, and for your information, I'm not just a simple clown, though. I'm much more than
so you're a gigolo?
that. You're like,
PJ.
I'm the fool. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, like in those stories.
I shake his hand tentatively, but firmly.
As you take his hand, he like does like the
yeah, like the eccentric like that, and I'm like, yeah. Now, what brings you here? What business do you have?
Honestly, frankly, I'm just curious. I've been hearing a lot about this new Hyperfold, and I'm very, very interested in seeing what the whole dealio is all about. You know, that little friend of yours, that fishy folk, real interesting feller.
Very
Why is
obviously.
everyone so interested in him?
Very
He's
obviously, I'm
just
just
a very
gonna,
angsty fish boy.
I love being
Kind of-
interesting.
we don't know who you're talking about.
Roll the
Oh my
Very
God,
no.
the music.
I'm
oh
not
my
going
God, the music.
Aaron, I'm not going to roll. It is very obviously a lie.
You know, that's not very nice. You didn't mother ever tell you not to lie. And you see he like kind of like boops your nose.
You'd be surprised what my mother would tell you. I kind of like square up.
Is this about Ares' mom? And y'all's immediate obsession with him?
Oh,
PJ, you should probably not give out information.
PJ, shut up. Fuck.
If
PJ.
I give you see he takes out a thing of flowers from his sleeve and they fluff out. Some iridescent. And you see he like plucks one of the flowers off, crushes it in his hands. You see it turns into kind of a pinkish dust. I think it's pixie dust. Would you be willing to trade for that little bit of information?
Absolutely not. We are
For
not
some,
going
like,
to do this.
pocket tricks and glitter?
PJ.
Hun, please.
Seriously, PJ. I seriously think we should be careful with this man. And I kind of whisper, but not so quietly. Not trying to be rude, but trying to be polite and not say it out loud. Seems a little unhinged.
I've heard many people say that, and you can see that he's like almost like it's like right next to you is like has this like header in between you.
I give like vibes from like Jim Carrey's mask. Like would
Yes,
I like
very much so. Very much like Jim Carrey. Oh yeah, like kind of like walks with this like very like animated air. But yeah, seems old Tiger Eyes is real interested in this one. Got her claws all out. Was all interested, and our royal and prestigious king seems to also take a liking to him. So,
Tiger Eyes?
People, we attract the interest of many people across the world, which is not unusual to us.
so you can't give me any information whatsoever?
No.
I mean, you could be a bit more convincing than some, like, glitter.
Well, you're not gonna tell me willing me. I guess I'll have to take it from you. Too bad.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
You see he like waves, and you can see he steps into the maze, and there's just a puff of smoke. You hear a little, and you see the dog just sort of like looks at you. A twisted smile curls almost like chest hair like across its face, and it puffs out into smoke.
I just kind of put my hand on PJ's shoulder and I'm like, Ruby, on guard. I don't know where he went.
I'm just scanning.
I'm gonna keep an eye out. I'm shield drawn.
Both of you.
Guidance on myself. Sorry, Ruby. Fuck you.
God damn.
Oh.
French?
Oh, yeah, 36.
Oh, there we go.
That was a 19, so yeah.
Bust out the calculator for that one.
Yep.
Okay.
Shut up.
He doesn't seem to be there. He just vanished.
Motherfucker,
The
gone.
smoke and is gone. He
Did he disappear?
He
disappeared.
just dipped.
He just
He
left.
just dipped out.
Fire-Roth, what the hell was that?
A gigolo, like I told you.
PJ,
Gigolo?
I doubt the king would have gigolos in his maze.
I mean, do you know the king?
I
No.
reiterate, I doubt the king would have gigolos in his maze.
Can I roll to see if, like, Mirio knows the king at all? Or can I tell
Sure,
that?
roll insight check.
Already.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
That would be a 14.
Yeah, I've never been here. The only time I've been here is maybe back in the good old days before Panmark was Panmark, you know, pillaging, etc., but nothing current.
Doesn't seem to register or know the king at all. Okay. So at this point, as PJ, you go. Of course, you would have like what was it? You said gigolos in his maze.
Gigolos and concubines and this.
By the way, I have a spear ready to be thrown.
Yeah. So as you guys are readying yourself for battle, kind of like looking around,
You did doing the Macarena.
you hear kind of a set of footsteps coming from behind you. From where? What do you do?
I throw my spear.
As you turn around and look, you see that Ares, Drax, and Isaac are coming, and you see Mira throw a
It's like, look
spear.
out!
What do you guys do?
I'm
I'll say,
trying to make a dex check to avoid
I just sidestep it.
Can I try and catch it? Can I try
Can I
and
make a
catch
dex check just to...
Yeah.
All three of you, go ahead and make a
Drax can do that.
dexterity saving throw. If you're trying to
All
catch
three
it,
of you try grabbing this.
I'll say it'll be more difficult. It'll be more difficult if you're trying to catch it.
Alright,
I give
I'm
you
not
guys a
gonna try and
heads up.
catch it. I'll let Jax do that.
And there's glowing divine light on this.
Natural 20.
He easily step out of the way.
Okay. I'm gonna evasion because
17.
If I do get hit,
17?
it's half.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a
17.
29.
Okay, so Drax, you like reach up to grab it, but Ares, who's a little bit taller than you, grabs it first because it's kind of a little bit higher up, so you have to kind of jump. And as you kind of go to reach it, you see Ares just grabs it and like holds it in his hand, like right before it's about to hit his, like right in the head. He's like holding it like right there.
Mario!
I'm glad you're on your toes too.
I just kind of quickly, Ruby, watch PJ, and I kind of jog over to him. I'm so I thought you were the weird clown.
Weird.
I'm sorry, the clown? The clown?
Yeah, there's some guy in some suit and
Did he have a
clown
dog
hat
with
and
him?
Yes.
We gotta get out of here right now.
You-
And I start going through the maze. I'm like,
Like,
we need to
wait,
get out of
why?
here.
Wait, who is this?
Did he call himself did he say he was the fool?
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to
You
get out
seem
of
pretty
here.
foolish.
And I like run fast. I start running.
My Fiendish Fury is in my hand, is unholstering in my hand. I'm keeping my eyes out because I don't think I've met the fool. I think I've
as
heard
I was running,
enough.
like, he wanted information. PJ started talking about Ares, and he seemed very intrigued about his mother.
He was specifically
then
interested
we
in
need
Ares'
to-
father.
I like stop. Then we need to go now.
So now
We're
it's not
not going
a
anywhere before you guys explain something. What
is
is
now
this?
a good time? Is now a good time to mention that he said if we weren't, because I refused to give him information, he's willing to take it by force.
I like stop. I'm like, then you're fucked.
That's what he thinks. Isn't that
Wait, can you
I mean,
please
that's
explain
Mirio's
what the fuck
specialty.
is happening?
Okay. All right.
No,
Here, we can walk and talk.
You
How about
know-
that?
Yes,
We don't compromise.
let's
Walk and
walk and talk. So yeah, I start leading them out of the
Keep
maze.
walking.
I'm just
I'm
gonna-
like speeding out through the maze.
I'm just like weapons
So-
drawn.
I'm keeping an eye on our.
I take out
I'm
my
keeping an eye on
swords.
our.
I just
behind
kind of
us
turn him
and our
like
pistols
pins,
out.
weapons drawn, prepare for combat.
Okay, so here's the deal. The Fool is the second most powerful person in the King's Court. Underneath the King himself. He is the wild card. He is technically not under... Let's just say this. He can do whatever the hell he wants because he can. Even the King has trouble rating him in most of the time. So, last time I had a run-in with him, he stole away a pretty powerful wizard, and I never saw him again.
Twice as you're like talking. Don't you know how rude it is to talk about people behind their back?
Holy fuck! I swing my steel like a bat.
Where is he? Where is he?
Whoa! Whoa! Now that's not very polite.
I
again,
take out
threatening us.
my ring dagger.
Mr.
thing.
Chiclo, sir, what's your name again?
It's the
PJ,
fool. Pleasure
no,
to
but the
meet
real
you. I
one.
really like this kid right here. He's a good talker, fast talk. You know that's really helpful.
If you would like to stay away from our kid, please take a
Hey,
step
Mirio.
back, sir.
Calm down.
I'm my
Oh,
own
no.
kid. I'm almost 13.
Thank you. He can speak for himself. Now, kiddo, let me ask you right here. Oh, it's you.
Another
As he-
word.
As he like bends down and then like looks up and sees Ares. Now that's who everybody's been talking about.
I like instinctively like hiss at him. I'm like,
Yeah. I'm just like, sir, we have no business with you.
Hey,
We are not
Mirio,
providing
Mirio,
any
stop.
information about
What's
our
you?
client.
Hello. What's up?
Ares, before you say
cute.
another, Ares, I like point my sword at Ares. Ares, before you say another word, please realize what you're dealing with right now.
I'm alright. Thank you. Hello.
Hi.
I love your getup and your dog. Very cute.
Thank you. Oh, I just love him. Fido. I've been thinking about naming him Fido, but I think Fluffy might work too. He's kind of just going back and forth.
What about Spotty?
Spotty would work too, but he has no spots. But you know what? That keeps him on his toes.
That's the joke. That's the joke. It should have spots, but it doesn't have spots.
You see that? He's just like saying Spotty, and the dog is just like not responding. Maybe if I give him this, and you see he like flicks his finger, and the dog has like bright polka dot, like bright pink, purple, and like yellow spots all over the dog.
Oh wow.
I don't know if it fits some.
I like look at Ares, and I give him like a C look.
You're incredibly strong. Wow.
You know, flattery will get you places. Flattery will get you places. Now, your friend over here, you see he, like, points to Mira, the chicken friend? Don't know nothing about flattery. But you, my friend, you know
I look so offended right now.
I grew up here in Penmark, so I'm
It's like-
I
used to
can
the
tell. Where's your accent? I can't hear it. Oh!
Yeah, come on, where's your accent? I can't hear it either.
I had to fake it. I had to fake out of using it and kind of grew up.
Such a shame. You know what? I think it's good to know where your roots are. Now, where do you come from? What's your mother's name? Your father's name?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
You don't know? Oh, that's such a shame. Well, we'll have to figure that out for you, won't we? Anyway, let's go, boy. And he said that he like kind of grabs your shoulders, like, let's go for a walk.
Hands.
We're coming with.
I mean, hands off, Ares. Or the inside of your brain decorates the space.
Aaron. Can I drop my swords and can I attempt to like back suplex the fool?
Okay, go ahead and roll. You drop your swords down as he's like got his hand on Ares' shoulder.
I'm like, that's it.
Wow, this seems like a bright idea. Huh?
Yeah.
Just suplex the most powerful person in the guild. Big brain, big fucking brain.
Go.
He's
Lizard brain,
brawn, not
literally.
brain.
Lizard brain.
What? Drax is a lot of things. Smart is not one of them.
Okay, go ahead and I'll say roll an athletics check for me.
All right. That is a 26.
Yeah. You kind of grab him on the waist, and you see like he slips into your like arms, bridal style. Da-da! Here comes the bride! Alright, I'll see you now. Looks like it's probably time for my cue to go. Oh, shit. And you see he snaps his fingers again and turns into another puff of smoke.
I'm like leaning back to do it anyways.
Ruby,
No,
what
as you
magic is
suplex him, like that's what happens. He jumps into your arms and then like disappears.
this? Ruby, what type of magic is this?
I know.
I pick up and sheath my swords.
Dirty 20.
I'm just gonna
20.
holster.
It's interesting to you. It doesn't seem to be arcane in nature. There's an inherent chaoticness of it. You're not sure if it's from the Feywild, but it definitely has an air of like it's something innate that he has. And roll a religion check. Religion.
Wait, would Ruby be thinking out? Ruby, would you be thinking out loud if you think it's divine at all?
I'll probably mumbling to myself and be like, okay, well, it's like it has to be innate
because of your 20 Arcana check. The less like what'd you got in your religion check?
Guidance.
24 plus 4, 24 plus
28.
25.
25.
Oh.
Okay. So, to the less well-trained eye, this would appear to see some kind of wild magic, or maybe even Feywild-based magic. But however, if you're kind of looking at it, think back at the history of the War of the Gods, and kind of various stories you've heard. The Traveler is a god of trickery and of kind of chaos. And you know from kind of your religious study, because you got a 25, which is actually just what you needed. The DC was 25 to see if you
Guidance works!
that the Traveler long ago accidentally injured the all-knowing mistress Ayun by transforming her staff into a willow tree, and in that he stole a little fragment of her magic and kind of used that for his own devices and trickery. This seems to be someone who is possibly has a divine lineage or a connection to maybe an archangel, or seems to be an Aasimar of some kind, has a celestial bloodline in relation to the Traveler. That's what 25 gets ya.
I'm mumbling all this out loud. Like, well, you know, it could be the Traveler.
Interesting factoid.
Says Muriel.
Shut up.
Like, it seriously could. I mean, because think about it. Like, it's just so chaotic, but it's so natural.
A traveler.
It's like when I've gone into, like,
I know it. All I know.
How it's just so natural. I'll explain to you guys, you Drax and Death later.
Look, all I know is that he's powerful and I hate him.
Hey, Aaron,
Can we get out of this?
What does
Mirio know and you hate him? You gotta give him more context, dude.
What does Mirio know about the Traveler? And this isn't asking like what would I remember. This is like I can't remember what Jeremy knows and what Mirio knows because Jeremy knows more than Mirio.
As you finally all make your way out of the maze and are kind of making your way back out into the city. Strength and death.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that there is a there's a bigger increase of swords that are patrolling the city, specifically that are kind of around the area a lot more, considering events.
Yeah.
And that there are a lot of more civilians don't seem to be walking as much out of the city. I'm
gonna ask Strength. Should we head to Wheel of Fortune now or later? I think we should give them a bit of a tour of the town, but I don't know.
Probably. I don't want, because the thing is, I don't want to be taking. I don't even want to be taking Ares to the Wheel of Fortune's place.
So while you guys are having this conversation,
that's fair.
Mirio, could you roll that religion check for me?
Of course. Guidance, bitch.
Sorry, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Dang, I'm rolling hot tonight. Woo. I got a 29.
29. Okay.
That's on my intelligence.
You learn quite a bit.
Wait, shoot, 30. I forgot I have a +1 intelligence now.
Okay. You learn quite a bit. Actually, let me pull up my notes here. The Traveler is one of what used to be several elven gods that all are kind of all named now. He used to be kind of a part of. He's less of a god and a little bit more of an archfey, alongside several other gods. I believe Mask is one of them, and there's like several other gods that are kind of like named. I think they're the Unholy Five. I have to check my D&D lore on that.
Wonderful, sounds like a great pairing.
Let's search 5. There's like 5 of them, and the Traveler is one. The Traveler played a pretty like significant role within the Calamity, the War of the Gods, in which he kind of played both sides a lot, but kind of was a little bit more of a trickster and played more towards the gods of virtue. And thought it would be a hilarious joke to switch out Iron's staff when she was about to face one of her like greatest enemies, Vecna, and basically switched out her staff for a willow tree because he thought it would be funny. And then when she went into battle and needed her staff, it transformed her into willow tree, and she got like mortally wounded, and her kind of essence was scattered all over. She's still kind of alive.
Iron stones.
Iron stones. As a result, after the war, and when the actual Roth, Bahamut, Pelor, they all actually got to sit on the throne of they got to sit on the Pantheon. They ended up basically they imprisoned the Traveler for this crime of basically almost killing Ian. And as a result, he was chained on the planet. To make sure I have that right.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's this kind of basically this bright pink planet. I have the
3 rings around it.
Andemonium.
That's what
and it is basically a bright, fuchsia planet with 3 electric blue rings that are surrounding it. And it has 6 moons that are orbiting it, all basically the gods that are watching over it. And the Traveler is chained on that island, on that planet, basically as punishment for his crimes. However, once a year, when the Feywild bleeds over a little bit during the summer solstice, the Traveler is able to kind of make their domain a little bit more well known, especially within the domain of their worshippers. So,
what time is it? like what time about? Not like real life, but like
Real life?
not real life. Relative to like the summer solstice.
Oh,
what D&D time?
It's actually you're getting to the tail end of winter. Because about you,
Okay.
yeah. Actually, I'll pull up my calendar. Give me a second.
So it's coming up. I like the music.
Cuphead.
Thank you. Cuphead music.
That is incredible.
Ben's recommendation.
Nerds.
King's Court was named after a Cuphead song.
It's true.
I don't have a calendar. That's weird. Well, I believe you guys are kind of getting toward the tail end of Utopian. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Got it.
I'm not too close to summer solstice. I'm months away.
Can I do a quick
But yeah, I feel like Death. We should probably send them somewhere to like chill. Maybe your dad's house. But we should take care.
I really don't want to leave them alone with my father. I don't want to leave them alone in the same building as my father.
We can take Ares with us.
Okay.
what about the rest of us?
Haha, fuck you.
That's
Like
up
talking,
to you.
you guys are talking and basically like that. You see, Drax and Isaac have basically been talking like you guys aren't even there, and be like, "Oh, where should we put them? I don't know where."
I mean, that's a habit of theirs at this point, so...
Okay, looping the.
Because we need to talk to
Everyone
Michelle.
knows we should probably
we
take.
need to talk to
Excuse
Michelle.
me? Excuse me?
Business.
Michelle.
Wheel of
Yeah.
Wheel of Fortune isn't exclusive. The casino isn't exclusively the King's Court place. Other people are.
I need
welcome.
to talk to Michelle as
So they
well.
leave.
True.
On business.
No, you don't. You don't need to talk to Michelle at all. What are you talking about?
I
think
feel like
we're
there's something going on here.
We'll all talk to
Isaac,
Michelle.
I think we're Isaac, I think regardless, we should show them around town because it would be at least a good way for them to look from this.
Yes, it will. Alright. We're gonna do a tour of the King's Court territory. I don't want to deal with any unsightly company today.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my eyes
we can go
peeled
to-
for
you can go-
two things. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for Jokers and the Fool.
Yeah,
I don't want
that's
any
what I'm gonna do
surprises,
too.
basically.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for Michelle and for the fool.
Okay, I'll say for the two of you, go ahead and roll a general perception check.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna do the same as Drax. I'm just keeping my eye out for Michelle and the fool.
Okay.
9. Damn.
You are
29.
Okay. So, first Drax. Drax, as you're kind of trying to like look around, the influx of swords were kind of like walking around. They're very tall and very shiny. And so one, as they walk past you, you can't really like see anything because you're kind of on the shorter side. And the other thing is that you get very distracted very quickly by how shiny they are. You're like, ooh, shiny, and there's so much shiny.
I keep getting tempted to steal gold from them, but no,
Exactly.
that would not be a good look for me.
Exactly. Isaac, however, you kind of are able to maintain a little bit more. You're kind of on the taller side for an elf, and you kind of look out, kind of peering. You don't see any sign of Michelle, and you don't think you see the fool, but you're kind of a little paranoid as you kind of like hear a little bit of like a child laughing, like the fool. It's just some kid laughing, but like you're a little on edge after your encounter with them.
I got a 33.
And Jokers, that's the other group that I'm keeping my eyes out
You
for.
don't see any jokers. Actually, you do see an individual kind of a couple individuals kind of in cloaked figures, right on the edge of town, just like perched at the top of buildings. They're almost like pinpricks. They're a little too far away to actually. I'm
gonna whisper to Drax. We might have company later. There's some individuals on the rooftops on the outskirts
I'm
of town.
staying on guard. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Are you sure?
Miroga, you got
Yes.
30.
I'm like
33.
yes.
33.
I'm,
As you're kind of looking also with Isaac, you also notice the two figures that are kind of on the rooftop. You also notice that same individual from your one shot, also making their way towards the same tavern.
what individual?
The brothel that you
I'm just
have
gonna, like-
previously seen before.
I'm just gonna shake my head like, wait, Ruby. Wait, sorry, Aaron, go on.
You see them take the exact same route as they did before and kind of do the exact same things. Like, you see that he sort of like rubs his nose together and kind of peers in, and at the exact same time and movement that you would notice that he had before, you're like, this hasn't happened. It's like you get severe deja vu as you see this happening.
Kirby.
No.
It's him.
Oh no.
Should we?
I'm sorry, it's who?
It's complicated. Ruby and I...
You guys both look as Ruby and Muriel are both looking at the Immaculate Conception. And are seeing a guy who is kind of standing up front.
We're not going over there.
Yeah, Muriel.
We're not going over there. I don't want to say hello to my father's
Wait,
friends.
do I actually know his name? Do I actually know his name yet? Yeah, he.
Yeah, I've definitely
you,
said it.
you don't. You want to stay from there?
Why? What's
we
in
don't
there?
even use your imagination.
I know it's in there. It's a brothel, but like, why should we stay?
That would be. Actually, well, this is, I guess, where our tour
You know how to get in?
Yeah, this is the.
You see
this is
the
the Immaculate.
like do the knock that they did previously. The slit opens up, and they're let
Who's
in.
Is the person outside anybody of note to us?
No, it seems just some perv. This is just some pervy guy with a kind of woolly cloak on who doesn't want to be.
Yeah, I guess this is a
going
good
in
place. I guess this is a good place to start. This is the Immaculate Conception, the Kingsport official sex service place.
It's all consensual, correct?
I don't know what goes on in there.
To my understanding, yes. Otherwise, I would have quite the problem with
The
working
brothel.
here for this company.
It's regardless. It's none of your business. If you have a complaint, ask the lovers.
Lovers.
Mm-hmm. They own the place.
Is that the
We're all
one?
based off all of our.
Is that shoot poop? Is that the one with the angel, the Sphinx and the new Aphrodite? Was it?
Yeah.
Immediately taken.
I'm hearing the
both of you
name.
as you hear her actual name.
Just like
That's-
you don't see it, but you see like his mouth twitch underneath the mask.
That's one of
Moving
them.
on.
Yes. Moving on.
And then Angel does
Is that their true name?
probably.
One of them.
Moving on.
Oh, we're telling
Moving on.
Anyway,
later. Okay.
Oh yeah.
As we're walking, my goal is for us to end at
The casino.
the manor at Zacchaeus' manor.
Oh. Okay.
You were in the area because the vices, the hearts are all kind of in the same area.
Mm-hmm.
The Wheel of Fortune is nearby if you want to make your way there.
We should stop. I feel like I'm talking to Isaac. I feel like we should stop at the casino last. That way.
I feel
That
like
way.
I also would
Of
like
all
to
of the
collect
places-
whatever
all-
is waiting for us.
Of all the places to leave them, that would be probably the second safest.
We can take.
No one's about to create a racket there.
We can take
Exactly.
care of ourselves, you know.
Yes,
Okay.
but our payroll and our lives are on the line with this.
Fair enough.
Yes.
So yeah, we go to the Wheel of
Especially
Fortune.
and
Wait,
I
what's the
don't-
name of the casino?
Galt Manor.
Sorry?
the manor.
The manor.
Oh, that's the name of the casino?
Yeah.
No, it's
Okay.
like it's yeah.
That's the place. That's
the
the
Okay.
the place.
I know that might get a little
Alright.
confusing with your manor though.
Yeah.
A little confusing.
Yeah, there isn't
With,
much to show.
with
We show them the police station. We show them like whatever else is there. I point where Sally's bar normally is, but we don't go down
Sally's
there.
bar is on the other side of town.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like that direction is.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say Sally?
Yeah. Why?
We're going. We have to go. I'm sorry. We have to.
No.
We have to
no.
go. We have to go. Please, just.
Big
Stop
guy.
it.
Hold on a second.
Bitch.
You are officially under our custody, so you must listen to us, please. We are
Excuse
going to
me?
go.
I wouldn't phrase it like that, Drex. Drex, I wouldn't phrase it like that.
Why not?
Please, Sally is the closest
Wait,
thing I
we've
have
been
to
to
knowing who
Sally's,
my
right?
mother is.
We-
What do you mean?
Wait,
Sally
is there
raised me.
do we know that Sally is Do we know of a Sally there, or do we just know that's called Sally's Tavern?
You don't.
I mean,
Drax does.
I do. Because, well, that's...
You know the Sally that
interesting.
was in the Joyful Death that passed away years ago? Or
Uh,
a few
Yeah,
months ago?
no, yeah.
Yeah, we're going.
Now, hold on a second,
This
Aries.
is not open to
Look.
discussion.
Look, Aries, I like lean in a little bit to be like secretive. Here's the deal. Alright? Sally, before Michelle was part of the King's Court, Sally was Temperance. He was responsible for getting information and getting dirt on the Joyful Dead. She died recently, I know that. But I'm pretty sure that's all you really need to know. There's some gross old dwarf that works there now. He owns the bar. There's nothing you're gonna see there. I promise.
We're going.
We will go there later, Aries.
Drax, Sally was the closest thing I had to a mother.
I kind of like shrink away a little bit. I'm intimidated by it.
Aries?
I'm like,
Drax.
"Back me up."
I look over at
I
Isaac
think he gets
with,
this way.
with like
Look,
anger.
I understand.
I'm very pissed.
I understand. However... Wait, is Sally's Tavern treading close on Joyful Death territory?
It's like directly in there. Yeah, that's...
There
That
are...
was kind of a purpose of why it was there.
Listen, I understand personal desire in that, but think about this. Drax and I are responsible for ensuring that you don't get found by them. That's the heart of their territory. Sure, we could find a way under the cover of night, but personally, as someone whose one, life is put in this job, and two, this guild is my life now. I don't want that to end because you were seen in the heart of unyielding death.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait.
Territory. Hang on. Sorry, my apologies. That was a Zach mess up.
Yeah.
Not an Isaac mess up. And
Just, I can't.
I don't think that we can... I'm not sure that's wise.
It's just... Look, the king was
I know
in a
you just
really
met us,
bad-
and I know it's a big ask, but you saw the king.
He was in
You
a
don't want
really
us
bad
to-
mood today. Like, seriously,
I
I don't even know
think
what it is.
he wants us to be... Oh, he seemed in a pretty good mood compared to the other time I've seen him.
I don't
Just
know.
he
He
gives
seemed
an
a
emphasis
little
on
on
who this man
it.
is.
He seemed a little on edge to me.
He's a man that I don't want to cross.
Fine, whatever. We'll
And I don't
go back
want
later.
to lose
We'll
my
just-
job and my life.
Let's just drop
Look,
the
we
conversation.
can-
I'd rather stop talking
can-
about it, and we'll go back later.
Yes, we
God,
can go back
move
later,
on.
but we
Go.
have... What was that?
Thank
Sorry.
you.
Sorry, Ben, for
First.
cutting you off. Cool.
Sorry.
Fine. Done. Let's
Also,
go. Come on.
One thing I should probably say. It's called Kringcolt Casino. I messed up the name.
Oh.
I kind of nudge Drax.
Cream
like,
Colt Casino or Cream
Kringle.
Colt Casino?
Kringolt Casino.
Like green
What's my
guns.
nudge Drax and like it's best not to piss Aries off.
Okay, yeah, noted. Jesus.
Thank you for understanding. Now, we should probably go to Kringle Casino.
Yes, we should go to the... Let's go to the
I
casino.
think
The
that's
sooner...
somewhere that you
Look,
will like.
look, the sooner we go to the casino, the sooner we can do anything you want. Aries. Alright? Let's go.
And can we
This
talk
is a
to
stop that we
Michelle?
both need to make.
Michelle might even be there, Miriam.
Oh my
Wait, to the
God.
casino.
Hey.
Ready?
Hey, I look at Isaac because he was more understanding and less intimidated of me, and I kind of didn't. I don't want to scare Drax that much because he's a little guy. So I look at Isaac and I say, if these two get around Michelle, I point to, I guess these three. I point to Mirio, Ruby, and PJ. Just keep her safe.
Her ass is mine.
No, mine!
Well,
She's mine! Back off! Find your own, Michelle.
that's not my job.
It's my job.
I need to keep you alive, so I guess that's what I'll do.
It's kind of my job, though,
And
Aries.
I'm willing to put my life on the
Yeah.
line to save her. So
PJ
I guess
just
it is your
buys.
job.
Oh, yeah, that's entirely fair. Trust me, I don't want us to lose Temperance again.
You're going to kill
Again, yeah.
her. seriously maim her. We've been over this.
Let's go to
She's
the
gonna
casino.
get a knife to the jugular.
I'm like, and we're here, and I like knock on the door of the casino.
You knock on the door. You see a slot open up. Show the cards. Closes. You see an individual who kind of standing seems to be a drow individual, and seems to be dressed in like kind of sword attire. And you can see kind of at their side, also flanking them, is a halfling sort of soldier. It seems that
I'm like,
security's been upped a bit.
yeah. I'm like, what happened to them? I like point like, what happened to the Minotaur?
Does she look like the same drow that I saw Drax looking at in the casino before?
Roll an insight
Or is
check.
or is this a different drow?
Roll an insight check.
I'm sorry, I'm sus of everyone.
I don't think it is, but
By the way, just so you know, my passive insight is a 23. 29.
A totally different drow.
Okay.
but yeah, what happened to the Minotaur?
That person needed them.
Okay, and I like walk through her
Okay.
legs. Like, go in.
Alright, okay. I don't get paid.
My
for
apologies.
this.
Who's
Who's all these?
I'm gonna give. Alright, just giving you a warning. I will not play any of the games. There's a 50.
You guys see, you're
Sorry,
like,
no. Sorry. Friends of the courts.
You see that she
Under,
seems to be very, very
supervision.
stressed. She seems to be very, very stressed out and like is like manning all these people.
I just sort of on the shoulder. Me too.
She sort of like sits back and goes and sits back down there and kind of whispers something to her halfling friend.
Can I listen in? I'm curious. I'm sus of everyone. I'm listening to everything.
Do you speak Undercommon?
No, I do not.
Whisper something. Yeah, she's talking in Undercommon.
I don't recommend playing any of the games. There's like a 90% chance that they're rigged.
I like those odds. I'm a Powerball man.
I mean, we could just
Kidding.
like figure out what they're doing and then work against it, right?
No, cheating is not good to defeat cheating.
Please don't try and undermine this code. Why don't you just go to the bar?
I'm already
Girl?
like,
Eugene's a
on
little
the side.
young.
Drax,
Go
I
to
need
the
to have a
bar.
conversation.
So you guys make your way down.
So is Drax. He's
You
there
guys
all
make
the
your way
time.
down the staircase underground, and as you enter into kind of a circular round chamber, you can see it is kind of like it's like Vegas. You can see like many people are just sitting at like tables, playing cards, playing poker. You can see a very like a lustrous bar with lots of like people of all different backgrounds who are all kind of like sitting. You can see like kind of like fine wines and like whiskeys and liquor. It's all kind of like manning the back. You can see like little like kind of small like bottle green lights and like kind of blues and are kind of lighting up the chamber. This distinct smell of cigarettes kind of like permeates the chamber, and what really catches your eye, as you can see, everyone's kind of like dressed pretty nice. You can see one individual kind of on a raised platform that's almost like a balcony with like these kind of curtains that are surrounding him, almost like a theater show. He seems to be sitting on a throne, a goblin man, deep green skin, long spindly fingers that are just, ring covered in diamonds and rings and jewelry. You can see his hair is kind of like slicked back and wears a finely tailored velvet tuxedo. And you can see many like women are kind of very like illustrious and beautiful and scantily dressed clothing, kind of like fawning over him, like, or like feeding him like grapes and kind of like just like fawning over him. And he's
Drax
sitting there,
Is it bad that I kind of want to stab him now?
sitting back with a large cigar in his like mouth.
I'm already like directly below
As
him.
well,
I'm like,
no,
yo,
just looks
bring the ladder
touch
down here. I'm like, I'm already down there. I'm like, yo, we need to talk to you, buddy.
There's no way to address the Wheel of Fortune, my friend. What do you need, kid?
Sorry, Wheel of Fortune. Orders from the
You're
king.
funny.
Orders from the king as usual. I just want to get this over with. We got a tight schedule on here.
Alright. New blood need to come too? You see that he's looking down.
Isaac just lifts his hat to him, nods.
Yeah, he can come up. Also, Ares, you might want to come up with us too. I look up to Ares, who probably just walked in.
Wow, this place is incredible.
Like this. Melda, you see that she kind of walks over and takes brushes aside the kind of silk tapestry, and places down the ladder, flicks a switch, and you see it down.
I scramble up.
I follow right after.
I'm gonna climb up.
You see, I'm
gonna follow up after Ares.
You guys all do see that this goblin is looking down. And looks down, giving a distinct look to Mirio, Ruby, and PJ. She just looks down at you for a long time.
I just stare at Dagger back.
Do we notice that he's looking at us?
Yes, you do. Because he hasn't made it. He's making it very obvious that he knows you're here and he's watching you.
PJ just flips him off.
Oh. I hush her behind PJ and I'm like, sir, no, we're not from here. We're not gonna steal.
Was that Ruby?
I had said was, sir, we're not here to steal any of that.
We get a
Sir?
I'll make too much ruckus. Alright.
Got it, and I wink.
I hope I haven't had one of those in a while. So, as you see the Wheel of Fortune snaps his fingers, and you can see the curtains close up, and you suddenly see that there's a larger influx of what seems to be guards who are all standing around at the exits everywhere. As you guys see Drax, Isaac, and Ares gets up from his throne, hops down. So I assume you're gonna pick up your reward, and you got the new Hierophant with you.
Yep. That's the plan.
Follow me.
Have you seen Temperance around, by the way?
I think she's here, actually.
Good. That makes her job a little easier.
What do you need her?
Apparently she has some pertinent information.
Always.
As always, yeah.
Hey, why didn't you smoke my cigarettes yet? And see, he looks down and it's just almost seems looks down. You see his eyes kind of flash gold very quickly at your underneath your coat.
I've been working.
So dutiful. You see, he continues to kind of walk down, almost looks like a hotel hallway.
Another question is, how do you know that I haven't? How do you know that I haven't smoked them?
You don't need to know that. You see he...
Well, you smoke them then.
You see he kind of knocks on a door. You can see from the inside. You can see...
Wait, Ruby, what are they smoking?
You don't know that they're smoking anything, but you see you can smell people smoking. You can see people smoking in the surrounding area. Cigarettes and probably Ruby's been to college. Yeah. Some cigarettes, but lots of other stuff.
I've been to college too.
The Veed.
Lots of other things.
Nothing of importance.
I was going to start smoking an ordinary cigarette. Just to keep as he can here.
Oh my god.
You realize their cause is black lung, right?
So as
you start
you're not here.
You're not there.
Bitch.
So
message Sunday.
While
you don't see me.
While as you guys both as the Wheel of Fortune steps into the room, kind of leading you all both into it, we're going to shift focus to Ruby, Mirio, and PJ. As you guys are kind of looking around the area, you see people finely dressed, lots of cocktail dresses and suits.
You might want to wait a minute. Mirio's not here.
Oh shit. Okay, well, shift focus back then.
I'll say that. Yep, good catch.
Thank you. You see that the Wheel of Fortune kind of opens up the door and leads you both into it. You can see kind of a smaller room, fine, a kind of king-size bed, a chair with two kind of squishy armchairs, and then you can see he kind of like pulls up another one from a nearby table, and kind of sits at this kind of like rounded table, takes one of the squishy armchairs for himself, and kind of pulls up two other wooden chairs, sits down. So. This is who everyone's been talking about.
Yep. This is Ares. I like motion. Like, do you have a last name? Like Ares.
Aries. Aries
Where?
is fine.
Okay. Yeah, this is Ares, I guess.
You're Triton.
Yes, sir.
You see, kind of like blows out smoke and just like kind of looks at you for a long time. And wafts in your face. You go cough a little bit. I'm interested. You see, he can then kind of musters down, like goes into kind of this case of his, brings out this like kind of like a large briefcase, larger than he is. All right, Drax. I'm paying gold pieces, right?
That's the preferred amount, yes.
And you see he kind of goes in and begins kind of like searching around. He whispers, "Zacchaeus, you stingy fuck," as he's like going through the like.
Yes, that he is.
And you can see he gives you a total and like. He went out. Give me a second. Go ahead. Let me back in.
Wind's blowing my door open.
Okay, sorry. And Tanner from this briefcase takes out 1,000 gold pieces. The first of things to come.
I just like go cha-ching.
And Isaac says here you're looking
Yes.
for something a little bit more interesting.
Gold can get many things, but gold will do fine for this one. Unless you have armor of some kind. Gold, all I really need.
You don't take me now. Continue your work. I might be able to get my hands on something. You don't know what's going on, do you? You got that look in your eye.
I'm learning.
Yeah, he's a...
Well, how does he know what look I have in my eye? I'm wearing a mask. I'm wearing the
Hi,
mask.
baby.
I'm gonna flash a gold color again.
Fair
Rio's
enough.
back.
Here's the deal. As you know, you've been stirring up quite the trouble, little Aries. Call yourself. A lot of powerful folk want you. And,
So I've heard.
well, these two here, they're in charge of making sure that you don't die. There's a
Yeah.
very specific reason for that. It says here you're supposed to, and see, like, looking down some notes, supposed to have some friends with you, powerful ones. Where are they at?
Yeah,
They're the ones that you,
those were the people you were eyeballing downstairs.
I know I saw no. Are you traveling with a fucking opal? Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
What?
That's a long story. The heavy patron used to pay a lot to get in here. Literally get like addiction.
What?
Anyway,
Topaz?
she was pretty one, but God, she fucking smoked herself to death. Anyway, so well, you'll hear a bit more from Temperance, but according to what she told me, King wants you here because rumor has it you've killed Tiger Eyes before.
With the help of some friends, yes.
You did. Oh yeah, I think you said that. I still kind of can't get over that, Ares. I haven't even seen Tiger Eyes yet.
She's, something.
We found out pretty
yeah.
recently that she's, well, she's think Temperance is good at a job. And, it's not all she's marked up to be. You can see he kind of gives a smile as he says her real name.
Huh.
Nice to finally know what it is.
Right.
Infernal. Fucking Rakshasa. Should have fucking known it. Well, there's a reason we haven't been able to kill her and pin it down. Keeps coming back.
Exactly.
Generating.
We have to kill her in the 9 hells.
Exactly. You can see the smile spreads across his face. That's why we need you, my friend.
I'm sorry, what?
Pardon?
Yep. How do you like the heat, my friends?
Don't do great.
Do we need to go to the 9 hells?
Oh, are you saying we have to go to the 9 hells?
That's even possible?
Well,
I don't know. I know we're all going there eventually, but
we've been doing
right now that's a.
We've been doing a bit of reconnaissance on you and your friends, Ares. I know you've got pretty powerful folk with you. And, well, we know you've got ties here in Panlock. I know you were part of the fucking songbirds, but it seems like you're no longer with them. How'd you like the done some favor in the king's eyes?
Sure.
That's all it took?
I'm a simple man.
Clearly. Well, Drex and Isaac. So you managed to keep this one alive and continue to check in with Temperance for some reason. He wants updates specifically on you, Ares. Every time you come back with, I'm made aware that you gave Temperance an update. It's another 1,000 gold pieces in your pocket.
Holy moly! Drax is kind of taken aback by this comment.
And if you manage to kill
Isaac's just gonna take off the mask for now.
And if you manage to kill her, oh, you'll never see so much gold in your life.
I don't know what to say. That sounds wonderful.
Don't thank me. I'm just efficient. There's a reason your dad's not involved. Normally he'd do this, but he kind of took a little bit off the top. So I'm getting the savory job. So
My father's not in any trouble with the king, is he?
nah, just with me. You can see he kind of looks out and it spits out a little bit of
I understand. He can be the worst sometimes. All the time.
Sometimes, yeah, like Drax was
All the time.
No.
Yeah, for the conversation earlier, I'll take this job. I'll take the previous job that we just finished in gold. That will work.
So he kind of takes out his spindly fingers, trying to use the briefcase, and takes out. As you can see, he actually puts his whole hand into it, almost like he shouldn't be able to get in that far. And pulls out. You can see he brings in a stack of 1,000 pieces worth of gold. Hand it to you.
I'm going to do some quick math to make sure he's not giving me anything short. Good. Not that I think he would, but I'm just used to my father.
Roll an insight check.
That would be a 32.
Doesn't seem to be, but he is very meticulous about making sure that he's giving you the exact amount. Okay, so while that conversation is happening, PJ, Ruby, and Mirio you kind of see the surrounding area of this bar. And as you kind of... What? Okay. As you kind of look into the area of this kind of like casino, you can see like there's like kind of slot machines that are like kind of banked in the corner. You can see people are playing them. You can see people playing cards and poker and are kind of like all sitting around. Dealers are sitting at like passing out cards. You can see a bar with like lots of liquor and spirits and alcohol. And people are kind of like talking and laughing. You do recognize the only individual here that you actually kind of recognize, it seems to be Zacchaeus, the Emperor, who is playing cards and sort of speak kind of like little like kind of slicked back hair, his olive skin. He's got like a half kind of grin that he's looking at and seems to be sipping on some kind of like hard alcohol as he's talking up some kind of half-elven woman, kind of red hair, kind of falls smaller back, and she's sort of like laughing flirtatiously at a joke he's made, and he is won't stop. Not he's like continuing to flirt with her. You also, Mirio, notice a Cambion male who is kind of sitting at the bar and seems to be talking kind of very like animatedly to the barmaid. What would you guys like to do?
Mirio, seeing as how this is a hall of debauchery, sin, and things that I'm technically not allowed to do, would you mind actually tagging along with me outside this casino where we're just essentially waiting?
Actually, PJ, I was wondering if I could talk to you. And I don't think it's best that we leave. If what they say is true, this might be the safest place we can be. Sure, maybe we can find a table and you like a kitty cocktail or something.
PJ looks at you very clearly offended, like, dude, you do not clearly do not know PJ at all.
Except it's non-alcoholic. I'm aware, but I don't think they would have. I think the only cider they have here is hard.
Ruby!
You know I'm not wrong. PJ, we need to talk about this thing called stranger danger. Okay, when you see someone...
And look at all these strangers here, and these strangers apparently have been doing who knows what with us, and we're just relying on the protection in a city of literal thieves, criminals, and scoundrels.
As you're
we just leave?
As you guys are having this conversation, Mirio, you said you wanted to get a table?
Yeah.
Okay, you kind of make your way over towards a back kind of table booth. You can see what they kind of like almost like a knockoff Tiffany kind of lamp that's like dimly lighting the area. Again, you can kind of, as you're walking past, you can see what seems to be a kind of like a furball who's sort of like, not furball, excuse me, bugbear who's kind of like has their arms crossed. You can see sitting next to him seems to be kind of a lanky human woman who's almost like smoking a cigarette, gaunt cheeks, a lot of eyeliner. So just like stares you down as you walk past. You kind of pay her no mind and make your way all the way. Now, like, people are kind of like looking at you a little bit, just like seeing new people are in town, new people are here, people I don't recognize. But you all basically make your way to kind of a back booth where you don't think you can be overheard.
And PJ not do that?
You're welcome not to do that. So Miro's way over there. I assumed you guys were walking and talking, that's why. Yeah. Okay, so as you're kind of having this conversation, PJ stops.
I'm sticking where
people are looking at all of you. As PJ, you stop Miro right in the middle as you're walking there, and you look up at him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, since there are a lot of people at this casino just doing whatever the hell they're doing, can I try blending in with the other people just walking around?
Check will make this be a little bit difficult because you are a 13-year-old child.
Putting PJ out of my sight just because he is a child in a casino, and I don't trust this place.
Then can I cast Disguise Self?
Sure, but you, as you're aware, you're in the middle of all. The people are currently looking at you. If you want to do anything kind of in secrecy, you might have to head back to that table. Because again, you're in the middle of a casino, and you shot Muriel as people are like walking past you, sort of like standing up in the middle of the restaurant.
And, okay, then I'm just gonna roll stealth and hope I do well. If this is a high check.
Is this against my passive, or since I'm actively talking to PJ?
This is a 29.
Are you trying to hide from Muriel?
No, I'm just trying to
Okay.
like hide in the casino
see.
blend in.
So you take Muriel instead, not going like to the direct path to the table, kind of make your way on the outskirts. Kind of put your cloak up and just try to blend in with the crowd. Where do you go?
I'm making my way to the exit.
Okay, and you're leading to the exit as you kind of make your way there. You can see that, again, those two guards are standing up there. It seems almost... Well, as you're trying to make your way up to the exit, you can see they're kind of standing there at the edge, and there's kind of no way to get past them.
I watch PJ go. I'm not going to stop PJ.
Okay.
I kind of stopped Ruby, and I'm like, Ruby, PJ has to learn on his own.
Okay. You kind of, as PJ, you stealth your way up the side. It's a very narrow corridor, and there's no way to really, like, stealth up the side of the staircase. You can stealth like, kind of at the corner and kind of like look in, but again, it's sort of like the way you're stealthing is just blending in with the crowd, but it's like a one-person staircase up, and you can see that soldier is kind of standing at the door, and is taking guard and just like looking out. Doesn't seem to have noticed you, but is kind of like looking out. There's no real like. There's a way to like. The only real way to get past them is to like talk to them. You can't like stealth behind them because they're kind of the width of what the door is.
Can I try throwing up one of my cubes to them?
Sure, but you'll make them aware of your presence and you'll break stealth.
Can I throw it stealthily?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Oh, while that's happening. Oh, wait a second. While that's happening, you all see that Isaac, Drax, and Ares come down from the ladder, and you can see.
Did have one more
Ares-
question for Wheel.
Sure. What was it?
About giving temperance updates. Is it 1,000 gold pieces for each update, or each for each update?
When she tells me that if I deem it's important enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's all. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you again. Have a good
Ruby and
night.
I are just sitting at the table.
Okay. You all make your way back down, and as you kind of look out, you have a higher pass perception. Isaac, you're the first to notice that PJ is not with the other party members. And you can see Muriel and Ruby are sitting in the back kind of table to corner, and PJ's not there.
Where did the kid go?
I just point disapproval while I go over there.
Yeah, can I point in unison?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as they kind of like direct their eyes in where PJ is, PJ, what are you doing? You're throwing up that cube?
Observing the exit, trying to like think of ways to get out, while I'm going through my spells in my head.
Roll a perception check.
Perception is like one of my weakest. That would be a 13.
13. It's a little like difficult, but you do see there's as you're kind of like looking, you're like, what am I gonna do here? You see the thing open up. So you look down, you can see that the other individuals who was in this hallway is a small halfling. You almost didn't even notice was there. Halflings can occupy other people's spaces. So that's like, yeah. Anyway, sorry. That's the mechanic for that. You see a card like something is flashed at the door. You assume a card. And an individual is let in. A silver dragonborn woman kind of steps down. Seems to almost be wearing attire similar to Phoebe. That is like acolyte attire of Bahamut. Sort of has it kind of like tied around her waist. And she sort of like steps down into the bar. And kind of like walks past you and sort of gives you a double take as she sees a kid is in the bar.
She passes me. Can I try to steal her card?
Roll a sleight of hand.
Aaron, do I notice this individual as
You
well?
do. You recognize this as...
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah. You see...
I nudge Jack and point. I'm like,
That would be a 32 to steal the card.
Isaac doesn't know who this is. Wait,
I'm like,
Isaac?
that's why
You
I like
see,
nudge
PJ?
you, and I'm like there. I'm like there. I'm like right there.
As you go to
It's
snatch,
you know who.
as you go to snatch her card, you kind of put your hand out and see your wrist is grabbed. Look pretty hands we got here. What are you doing, you kid?
I'm like, hey. I'm like waving.
You kind of like
Just gonna
wave.
put
She sort of like looks over. Oh, what the fuck? This is so bad for my fucking. You got-
Drax's
You
hand.
see that? She like kind of like takes her hand away and says, "Don't try that again." What's wrong with you
Drax.
this time?
Never going to learn if you help him.
She steps away.
No. You don't understand. I'm like you
30
don't
plus
understand.
on the sleight of hand.
She got,
That-
a
We're in a
She got a-
city of thieves.
she got a natural 20 for her perception check. That's why.
So we're in a city of thieves. Are you surprised?
No. You don't understand. I'm like, get over here.
She's like rolls her
Ew.
eyes and she sees that you're like waving and like making a big commotion in the back.
Isaac,
Walks over. She walks over and she sees who is sitting there, and you see her mouth.
My God, is this Michelle?
can I see if she knows? Can I figure out why she's doing that? Like, can I ascertain
Roll an insight check.
insight?
I'm like Drax. Who?
I am very good
Like
at
Drax.
this.
Who the hell is she?
I'm like, hey, Temperance.
28.
So you get it when Drax says it, but you kind of catch it right before.
Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry, that's Michelle.
Over that side.
Lovely seeing you, Michelle.
Michelle.
But
She sort of looks around.
Guys,
Isaac's like,
Yeah.
cool it with
I just
the
kinda-
name. Cool it with the name commentaries.
Temperance.
Te-
I mouth to I lift my mask out of my mouth and mouth to Mirio. Everyone there.
I kind of look around. I'm like getting some vibes that we probably shouldn't start a commotion here. I'm like, hey guys,
not
be
No.
civil.
You should
Yeah.
know.
Now,
Approaching the party
Yes.
at this point, or are you staying behind?
Or could you repeat that?
Are you approaching the party at this point, or are you just going off and around?
I haven't noticed that she's Michelle.
You haven't, but I'm saying you notice that the party's not talking to her. You know what I'm saying? Are you making your way back with the party? You just still trying to figure out how to get out there?
I don't trust Drax and Isaac.
Okay, so you're staying
How
right.
do you know on that?
So I'm just joining to see if you're actually going to be involved in this roleplay. That was just so I would know in my head what you were doing.
I'm gonna prepare silence. I'm gonna hold the silence spell and release it if anybody says anybody's true name
Okay.
or things
So-
gets silent.
So you see, she sort of like looks and is looking at all of you, but then gives a very long look to Ares.
Wait, did you
Hi.
say she was a dragonborn woman?
Yes,
She
so
look-
the
yeah.
Dragonborn woman attire
Look
at the
a-
moment, and you
look
see
a little
like they're
different.
calling her,
Notably-
they're calling her Michelle and Temperance.
Notably, she notably looks nothing like Michelle at all.
Sorry, who was
Like
this?
any,
Work done, I see.
Temperance. It's Temperance.
This is a contact of ours. And I suggest things don't get civil, and there is...
Isaac.
You guys have
Isaac,
high
I
enough passive
know.
perception to notice that there
I'm like-
is napkin lifting.
I'm like Isaac. They know already.
they don't know already, and you
They-
can see that.
I'm like they don't know that already. I'm just saying like they know that
I am being...
you are.
all I said was this is a contact.
I know,
they,
but
they
extremely
heard,
good.
they
My
heard him
point is
say
they-
Temperance, and so they know.
Yeah.
But they know
I'm like
Temperance
I'm like
Michelle.
my point is they already know who Temperance is. Isaac. That's my point.
What happened?
You got a facelift and a body lift. And everything lift.
I'm good.
We should.
Been great, Temperance. You don't have a talk after this?
That's what you do with your money?
Can all of
That
you
you
shut
steal
the
from?
fuck up?
Oh, Ares, I'm gonna cast silence on Ares.
Are you fucking?
I just want you to know silence is a radius spell, so we're all silent. I just
So-
kinda,
No,
I just kinda
Isaac is going...
I
Okay,
rub my fingers on the table. I'm like,
I'm gonna go silent. I just point outside. I'm like,
You see, Michelle like does a look around and then speaks to you, Ares, and Thieves can't. Like kind of.
you can't speak. Homie can't
symbols.
yeah. What does
She
she... Yeah, what does
You
she
tapped
say,
her
Aaron?
face twice.
I know these games too.
What?
I know. She says, "It's a long story."
I say,
Capture face twice, and
in Thieves' Cant, we have time.
I'm going to say in Thieves' Cant, not here we don't.
I'm just gonna look at Ruby.
she looks at she. You see that Michelle looks at you. Isaac is like, "Fuck," he knows it.
Of course I do.
Rogue knows it. It is a rogue ability, and we're in a city of rogues.
Drax is like, yeah, bitch. Like, he doesn't understand what's being said. But he...
I don't know, Drax has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, but he doesn't understand what you guys are saying, but he recognizes that, like, you can't keep this from us because Isaac knows what you're saying, too, so there. Like, that's what...
You see that she, like, stares daggers at you, Drax, just like a little, like...
Aaron, I want to pinch Ruby trying to break concentration.
Okay. Roll a Constitution saving throw. I'll say, make it an opposed. We'll do opposed. Roll a strength check to see how hard you can pinch her, and then Ruby.
Oh my god, I just got a nat 20. I just got a
Natural
nat 20.
You see Ruby's just like continuing to. What did you get?
I think I'm gonna stop. Keep going. I'm not.
Okay. So,
I'm just gonna look at Ruby.
You pinch Ruby really, really hard on her like wrist, and she just is like continue like concentrating on the spell. You want to do it again?
No, I got an idea. I cast Thaumaturgy. Oh, wait, no, it's Prestidigitation. Never mind. I just take out beef jerky from my pack and rub it on her dress.
What?
You see that Ruby Mirio takes out a thing of like slimy, like gross. It's a little like over, like it's like kind of like moldy a little bit, and kind of like rubs it on your thigh.
Oh, I take it and I'm like, you nasty bitch!
And that's when you hear the silence break. Goes, you nasty bitch!
I'm sorry. What happened?
No, nothing. We're gonna discuss this later. Okay, can we
Ruby.
go on a...
Ruby cast...
please just let me have a conversation with the only person that I have comforted anymore.
Okay.
I lost all of them,
Damn. Drax just goes, damn.
You see that her face goes like silver. You see, you're sure she was just a silver dragonborn, but she might be a red one now. As you can see, her face just goes flush.
Oh, everyone, can we please be quiet?
Isaac just takes a shot.
I'm gonna walk
Do I
forward.
hear what's going on?
I'm gonna walk forward.
No,
and
again, you're looking out over there, and it's on the other side of the bar. If you want to,
Big move.
Do you want to join now? You're welcome to if you'd like to.
I want to pickpocket more people.
I'm gonna
Just say to
walk
Ruby.
forward, and I'm gonna walk right up to Michelle, and I'm just gonna like hold her hand.
She's sort of,
He's not your boyfriend.
she like instinctively like takes it. Shut up.
Drax like leans in like, not your boyfriend.
She pulls her hands back.
Raises an eyebrow under the mask.
She like kind of like pulls her hands back. I should go.
Michelle,
Michelle, actually.
No, Michelle. Temperance.
At this point, Isaac's just forehead and hits the table and just.
I'm just gonna.
Temperance, hold on. I'm like, hold on. Even if you want to leave, you have information for us, apparently.
Fucking job to do shit.
Let's
Okay, can I sit?
go elsewhere.
Yes.
I scooch over. Making
Yes,
room
we
for
can
her.
sit. Isaac just scooches over.
She sits down and
Aries
is not
sits-
making eye contact
Aries
with
sits
Aries
in
at
between
all.
Mirio and Temperance.
I'm not. I just kind of looked directly at Ruby and like, Ruby, that was not the time nor the place. We will have our conversation with Temperance. Temperance, right?
Yeah, Temperance.
Yeah.
Temperance. But not here in a crowded casino, okay?
And I agree with
Nice.
I don't think there's gonna be a conversation at all. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, I think you're gonna kick my ass.
Alright,
No,
yeah,
I
I
probably
think
won't.
that's pretty
My God,
dead
it doesn't
on.
like-
That's what the vibe I was getting from them was. To be honest.
No, Isaac knows that. He's just not saying it, but he's making it very clear. This is a member of the gang that we're a part
One
of.
more.
Do you want to?
I genuinely would like to have a conversation with you later. Temperance.
Prince. Not
Temperance.
totally
Tell Mirio is struggling.
not going
You'd
to
think
avoid
Mirio
Anyway.
would know the meaning. You'd think Mirio would know the meaning of temperance. That's kind of one of the virtues.
Yeah,
of
Shit, you.
You laugh a little bit as kind of like the irony of it, of her being called Temperance.
Mhm. But it's just like he's struggling not to say Michelle. Like,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Yeah. That. He's humoring them.
just need to sort out some things and make sure all is
That is a
okay.
different aside now.
Exactly.
Or
We
Okay.
don't have
First-
time for that. We
Let's
waste
get
enough
to
time
the
already.
important. Let's get to the important things first, Michelle. Temperance. You could see even Drac is kind of struggling to keep the time.
You see that she's just like has her like head in her hands and like, what do you need to know?
Can I just throw it over here and bring a bottle of something?
You
I don't know what it is.
You gotta snap your fingers and you can see like a butler holding off like things of like wine like comes over. He's like, oh, what can I help you with this?
That will have to do.
Oh wow,
That will do. I just take the bottle of wine.
you kind of like unpop it. That'll be 10 gold
That will
pieces
do.
for the.
he's paying.
He's
like,
paying.
That's fine. I give him 11.
Mirio and I at the same time go. He's paying.
he like takes the gold and says, thank you for your patronage. Do you need any glasses for this?
I'm assuming we're fine where we are. I'll just set the bottle in front of Temperance. I understand. Okay.
She
Okay.
takes-
Temperance. Information. Go.
She takes first a long like swig. So,
I take the bottle after her and take a similar one.
do you want to know first you two, or he points at Drax and Isaac, or the other thing?
The information is more important.
Right.
I don't care what you two have
There's another thing.
to sort out. We have more important things at hand.
So,
As funny
No, I
as this
told
is
you.
to watch, we have more important
shut.
things.
Okay, you know what? You are a fucking asshole.
To be fair, you don't have to be a cleric of God of Love to notice what's happening here.
Just,
You know what? You are.
please, just get on with it so we can focus on what I want to talk about.
Drax
so,
is a hearty laugh.
So, you know that job I was telling you I had? Going snooping in Tiger Eye's office? Looking around
Yeah.
and everything? Well, turns out I did it on kind of bad timing. That was the night
What do
they
you
were
mean?
planning. That was the night they were planning on
Oh yeah.
taking out old Duke.
Mhm.
And so there was a lot more than I expected there were. But I got something crucial.
Good.
I got to see Tiger Eyes as what she really looks like. I went into her actual chambers, which are fucking ridiculous to get into. Like you have no fucking idea. Took me like all
I
fucking
have a pretty rough idea. Gotta say.
and she was it was strange. I think it was underwater. I had to go through this weird like magic bullshit thing, and as I went into it, it's underwater. That's why we haven't been able to find it. It's been underwater. It's not connected to the sewer systems at all. It's not even near the city. I don't even know where the fuck it is. And she was talking to through the window was just water, and some I don't know if she was frightened. She didn't. She was too
She's a
dark.
siren.
Yeah.
She's my mother.
Sorry, what?
Isaac reaches over, takes the bottle, just.
Hey, Aaron, real quick. I want to do a quick scan to make sure that the fool isn't watching or eavesdropping.
Question check.
I'm also gonna do the same.
Assist.
Roll with advantage, Isaac. 'Cause,
Tonka! Hey, insight or perception? I'm
Insight.
fine with either.
Perception.
You should have let me.
32.
2.
A second. 35.
35. Ruby.
I get my level.
7.
You don't see the fool.
But
You also don't see PJ.
I'm used to that. Anyways,
That's fine.
you'll have to learn. Go on. I was sorry. I was just making sure the fool wasn't there.
And, well, I learned that Tiger Eyes is a Rakshasa. I learned what her real name is. Humit.
Yep. We heard both those things from Wheel of Fortune.
Me. I found that out. That's what's been going on.
I assume.
You just asked. We've known for about a year.
Nobody else here fucking knew.
Yeah.
Didn't ask.
And
You weren't exactly available.
Not sure.
I found out where in the Nine Hells she's at. What circle? What
At the
ring,
moment?
where
Ooh,
she
that's
goes
actually
back
important.
to. Where she goes back to.
Notes.
Which one is it?
The second one.
Okay, you're gonna have
The
to.
Spader, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fill me in on this. I don't really think about. Let's just say I like beating people up, but I don't really know where they go when I kill them. So you're gonna have to fill me in on this.
Here's the thing. I don't know much about it either, but she's got a lot of paraphernalia, a lot of shit from down there. City
So-
of this. It's
Whoosh! I just kind of like, oh
Yeah.
shit! You seem, oh no.
the city of this. It's. You think Pandark's bad? It's like.
I ain't
it's
seen
like
nothing
that.
yet.
It's like the city of hell.
I
It's
mean,
like-
kind
It's
of
like
literally,
Pandark
right?
in fucking hell. And apparently, that's where she got to start. That's how she figured out the guild. That's how she started everything. She started it there. And that's why they got so many fucking members on us all over the world. Because they're just from here. They're from fucking there.
It's an issue.
Okay,
And on top of that,
let's not worry about.
Atlantis.
Oh,
So
it's my hunch.
Atlantis. I think it has to do with this siren.
yeah,
I think she's-
Ares keeps calling this benefactor his mother.
I'm gonna get so much fucking money for that. Oh my god.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh, I'm just gonna be fucking rich.
Yeah, like we're both kind of like this close to each other, like with.
I was just like,
dollar
okay,
signs on it.
clearly, I was just looking at you guys like.
Dollar
Okay.
signs in our eyes, like yeah, we're gonna bit money.
So that makes sense now, though. I know that this individual practitioner of the arcane, I assumed enchantment, probably, because we've been having more and more Merfolk and Tritons joining the guild.
Yes,
Not our guild, obviously, other side.
obviously. Mm-hmm.
We've been having more of these those things. It was connected to that.
Okay, but how do we go to hell?
I don't
I can
fucking
take
know.
us.
But
Just gotta speak up. I can take us.
I mean,
Okay.
honestly, yes, okay, but to be fair, all of us, most of the people in this room are going either way. It's how we
Can
get there
magically
now.
teleport us there if we need to.
That eliminates the worst part of my plan.
Or
but
can
that,
force someone to go back and banish someone.
that brings us to though. The real meat of the question. Drax to Isaac. Normally this would go through the hermit and get your assignment that way.
Yeah.
But I've been given special directions from the man upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Not that man, the actual. You see, she like references for like to show off like the crown.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be checking in with me on how. And she says she just like kind of looks over at Ares very quickly is doing and keeping him safe. And that's
But why
fucking
though? But why though? Like I understand your
I
personal.
here's the
I
thing.
understand your personal connection. Why does the king care?
Here's the thing. King's saying it's because of my boon. I don't believe that for one goddamn second.
I don't either.
There's something deeper involved, and you didn't hear it from me. I'm telling this to you. And she looks at Drax. I'm telling this to you because you're my friend. Something deeper.
Yeah.
Hang on. Wait, Aaron, what I know... So, in the King's Court document, it gives multiple aliases that the king goes under. Do we know all 3 of them?
You do.
I'm in the document. I highlight all 3.
Yes, you do.
Do I know
probably
those?
referred to him as...
Great, so...
I probably referred to him as... I probably referred to him as that at some point.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you know the different aliases that he goes by. There's something deeper going on.
Makes sense.
Holy shit.
If Ares' mom was on one side, Ares' mom has the power to do all that. Begs the question, is Ares able to do the same thing? Make him a valuable asset.
That's definitely something that I was thinking. It's definitely something that lines up. Like if that just so happens to be Ares' mother, then I suppose even if he doesn't have any powers, that there's at least something to hold over her head. I guess. No offense, Ares.
You're fine.
I don't know what the fuck's
I'm just curious about... And these can't... King L... interest. I'm just curious about King L's interest.
Who? He's saying it's because of my bone, but I doubt it. He's got something bigger in mind. I think he's using that as a cover. But Ares...
I'm just gonna take a good look at Ares.
It's your mom.
Yeah,
That could
you're
be
gonna have
it. That could be why. Maybe he's got the same powers that she's got or whatever.
Michelle, what the hell do you know about Ares' mom?
That he really wants to meet her. And that,
That she used it against me.
well, I look, Tiger Eye said if I brought you back and you met with her, that she could bring you back into the guild. And obviously she lied.
And got me kidnapped.
I didn't want to. I didn't
Sent
want
me
to
into
kill
a
you.
state of paralysis where I was basically a ghost.
No. I don't work for her anymore. And you can see she looks at Drax and Isaac.
She came to us. She said she wanted to join us. For the record, Ares. Like I don't know what you two were like before I met Michelle. But
Why are you?
Michelle
Well, I
is,
bet I can tell you.
It's a great story.
Michelle is for sure my friend, and she's done nothing but good things for us,
Why are you a dragon,
and I trust her.
Michelle?
Much as this is riveting, what about the fact that your
Let her
entire
answer
city's
the
about to be
question.
overthrown?
Mirio, let her answer the question. Why are you a dragonborn?
Look, it's not.
Wait, he doesn't know?
No, he doesn't know.
Oh, what? I look at dragon.
No, you gotta say it.
What?
Michelle, if you're comfortable enough, I want you to tell him. But I made you a promise that I wouldn't say, so I'm not gonna say it.
Do you really know?
Of course I do. It doesn't have to be in front of everybody, but just
Yeah, we
tell
probably shouldn't hear. We probably
It kind
shouldn't
of
hear.
blows my fucking cover. You see that she just sort of rubs her hands across her face really quickly, and you can see it changes to the you can see the scales across her face as she runs it very quickly. As you see, just quickly shifts and changes, and then kind of rubs her eye, and you can see it then instead from the golden reptilian changes to what seems to be kind of a human's eye, kind of bright blue, and she sort of blinks it away. Do you understand?
I think so.
We see this?
You do. You all see this, but she's trying to keep it undercover from anybody who's actually watching.
Blue knows exactly what this is.
As does Mirio.
I'll say
I would.
the purpose for all of this. I'm gonna say everybody roll a nature check for me. Who is trying to figure out what she's trying to say?
That's a nat 20.
I don't need
Nature
to.
20.
Guidance on myself, fuck y'all. Oh, not that high. That's a 15.
Okay, and then Ruby?
22.
22. Mirio, you don't notice. You don't really.
Ah,
you don't
son of a
really,
bitch.
You're just casting disguise helping yourself a bunch. Ruby and Aries. Ruby, you've read about individuals who are able to change their appearance at will. Children of doppelgangers, changelings. Aries, you have met one other changeling in your entire life, and they worked for the Joyful Death. And kind of killed basically the first day you met them because even though they make pretty good assets, they're overall pretty untrustworthy as their parents are literally monsters.
You're.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I got killed. Because I was safer off if I didn't.
But you know
We
I
say
wouldn't-
you're-
I wouldn't tell anybody.
Can I say your real name?
Don't say it out loud. Just tell it to me later.
Okay.
Anyway. Look, Aries, I didn't think she would hurt you. I just wanted you to come home.
You know, Aries, your mother is a siren, and that's a powerful entity. At least do you know anything about who your father might be? Could have an ally there. Or another enemy, I don't know.
From what I remember, he's in cahoots with a very strong power that our old friend that's currently in Sylvia has connections to, that we are looking to take down. So he's nobody good.
Old friend in Sylvia.
Come here.
Do you have a name?
For my father? No.
Can I see if Aries is lying?
I'm asking Claire, do you generally not remember or no? Are you trying to lie?
I think I do.
It was, you found out from the owl.
Oh, right.
His real name is Lexatron.
Right. So then I share that with Isaac.
Lexatron.
Can't say I've heard that name before.
While you guys are all having this conversation, we're going to shift focus to PJ. So PJ, go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check as you're trying to pick people's pockets. PJ? Hello?
T-boy.
Fear? You there?
To fair, we can't hear
Apologies,
you if
monster.
you're talking.
I'm not sure
Oh, there
how
you
to
go.
unmute myself.
There you go. There you
Good,
go.
you're good.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
Okay. That would be a
So-
28.
28, okay. You managed to grab a couple people's, couple things out of their coin purses. Where all you give out 10 silver pieces and 6
Have I
copper
managed to
pieces.
get any cards, like from the halfling that I saw earlier?
Seems that the halflings don't have any cards, as you're kind of like looking around. The only person who probably had a card was that dragonborn woman. Seems it's a very selective thing, that it's not something everyone has. But as you're kind of like looking around, and you kind of reach down, you finally find one. And as you grab the card, you can like look it up and you can see what seems to be a kind of young man sitting on a cliff with a white dog next to him. He's kind of running out and you can see a little 0 at the top. And you can see, as you look at the card, you're like, finally, I fucking found one. You look down and you can see, looks like you got my card there. Do any cool
Looks like I do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's this? And you can see he like takes his hand and like puts behind your ear. Here it is again! And like kind of takes it and you can see, you're like, wait, where'd it go? And you can see it's gone from your hands. Do you want one?
Yes and no. I just want to leave.
You want to leave? Well, I'm your ticket out.
And what's the price of that
I-
ticket?
Some fun.
I
Define
need an
fun.
adult. I am an adult.
PJ, remember we talked about stranger danger?
You're not here.
No, this is your conscience speaking.
If I told you, it wouldn't be any fun.
I ran through the streets of Agonia
Do you want to come?
with royalty naked.
Do you want to come or
Now
not?
that's fun.
Do you want to come or not? Or are you just gonna be stick in the mud and ask too many questions?
Do I hear anything in my head?
I heard it. Come on,
Fine.
kid, I don't gotta. Alrighty! You see, he like claps your hand, like claps his hand on your like, takes your hand. And you can see he just like runs out, and you can see he actually like runs through a wall almost. Like what the fuck? And you like feel like body like stretch and pull almost like Looney Tunes style, and you feel your body almost like, and you end up kind of on the top of a roof of what seems to be a large church building. And you can see he is stepping out, and he's sort of sitting right at the edge, like where a gargoyle is, and is like imitating like its pose.
Ah, fuck. I can't believe you've done this, PJ.
PJ imitates the pose back at him, but then like sticks out his tongue and like does cross-eyed.
And also does
Exactly.
it with you. See, you're my kind of speed. I like you, kid. You see, I never got people who are all stuffy and old and all that fun. See, kids like clowns, and you know why kids like clowns? Because kids are right. Kids are fun. Anyway.
Well, I'm not exactly a kid. I'm almost a teenager.
You want to grow up? Why?
I wouldn't say that I want to grow up per se. It's just people don't really see me in that kind of light. But I'm not exactly a kid either, so it just doesn't make sense.
People see you as a...
Want to dance?
Yeah!
PJ, like, without asking, takes his hands and starts...
You're gonna leave here! And you can see he goes into like a very like very fantastical, like almost like Addams Family style tango. And like leads you to like you can see he takes a like white rose lapel, it bursts out and like pulls it into his mouth and it shimmers like silver. And he kind of like takes your hand, let's go. And he leads you kind of like to the like almost to the edge of it. You're like, oh my god, we're gonna fall. And he does like a quick turn, like shifting, like spins you around. And he kind of, right as you're like spinning, almost like dangles you off the side of the roof. You're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And you like are pulled back. This is very fun. And I really like this little dance of ours. However, you know what would raise the stakes a little bit? He sits down and you can see as he, almost like he crisscross applesauce, and like just like plops down and he snaps his finger and you can see his tea set like magically appears almost like right in front of him, like almost like very fancy grandmother like florals. It's like already like brewing a thing of tea, has a little like bonnet on with like little like grandmother glasses, and just sort of like looks at you. So gossip. Kind of like sips the tea.
You know, there's been a lot of fake news going around, and I'm not sure if I want to be partake in news. But, Aaron, if you've ever seen Alice in Wonderland, I start doing the Mad Hatter's dance. Like the shuffle with his legs.
Certainly. Enjoyable, but not useful. Do you have any information for me?
Information that wouldn't be useful specifically to you.
I don't know. Trying.
Tanya is a surprisingly good dancer.
She is. And surprisingly good in bed. Pillow fights, specifically.
Pillow fights are where it's at.
Indeed.
Although, I have something cooler to show you.
Does it involve that, group of yours?
That group of mine?
Yeah, newcomers. I just like to know what's going on right about downtown. You know? See who's new faces, new blood. You know what I'm saying?
They're willingly letting themselves fall into a trap, and I know I'm being led into a trap, but, you know, I figured I'd have some fun with it.
Who gave you that idea?
Dearest, you're clearly trying to ask me for information.
Of course I am, but I wasn't trying to fool you about it. Even though it's kind of... I know you're smart. That's why I brought you here.
Well, then can I show you something? Something
Is-
information related, don't worry.
I'd love to see it.
PJ is gonna run to the nearest forge.
There are no nearest forges near here.
Damn it.
Denmark, again, it's not really well known for its blacksmithing, and you would have to kind of... It's like New York. It's like...
But don't they have to build ships and everything?
That's not building a forge, though.
Stockyards.
Like, you might be able to find one, but it's like trying to scour the city for like one specific address in New York. Like, you're not gonna be able to like run and be like, oh, this nearest place.
Well, lad, you can teleport, right? He's been looking at. Abstract.
Something I can learn, something I can take around with me. You know, the stuff muddles up too much. You have to carry it around. Makes you not as light on your toes. That's why you keep everything up here.
Well, have you ever heard of a bag of holding?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a portable hull?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried putting them next to each other?
Been there, done that. Got my dick cut off. Anyway.
That is how you put yourself into a black hole. What?
What can I say? I'm a man who loves adventure.
I see. PJ tosses one of his canteens to him.
He takes it. Corks it.
He smells that, yes, there's apple juice in there, but there's some antidepressants as well.
There's no booze.
The only booze I've stolen is from the booze from my potential mother. More like aunt.
Yeah, I don't need no drugs in me though. Thank you though. He like flicks it up and hands it back to you. So,
There are no drugs in this one.
anything useful for me though?
But what would you find useful?
Information. Anything you like to keep secret? The party has come across in your various expeditions? Anything fun I can use?
I mean, there was this crazy island called Zekra.
Never heard of it.
I mean, that's kind of the point. You're not supposed to hear of it. Although, I think it's going to be gone, and we won't ever be able to go there again. But if you ever find a way, like through a crazy spell or whatnot, basically, it's this land where anything can grow, and this crazy tribe-like people go there, or live there. And they all live based on like these stages of life and death.
Sounds creepy.
A bit, yeah.
Huh.
And a bit tribalistic. Wasn't exactly... Didn't have any metal.
Huh. What about that trait in front of yours?
Yeah, he's got some family issues. And some anger
Why?
issues. And some depression. And some angst. A lot of angst. And likes cursing at people and doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut.
this.
Like me.
Called the fuck out.
I love
Seriously.
I love how oblivious PJ is here. Fool's like, yes and.
PJ doesn't know what's happening right now.
This is painful to watch and listen to.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm on a call right now. Do you need me? Okay. I'll shut this in and I'll go help him with this thing. Yeah, he sounds like totally dreadful. Why did you have that apple cider you got? He sounds like he really needs the antidepressants.
He's tried my side before. I think everyone in the group has.
Sounds like
They just won't convert.
What about therapy? Have you had therapy with him? What has he said in therapy?
I mean, we have a group therapist, but
Yeah,
like...
therapy.
He's not exactly doing well, considering the fact that he keeps putting us through super traumatic situations.
Sounds like
Okay.
Cough, cough, cough,
Okay.
chicken flag.
Then he'll.
I've heard that works though. Exposure therapy, you expose them to new sorts of trauma. It's great.
I know, but with every new trauma,
Exactly.
there's another one.
Yeah.
And like,
Not my fault. Blame Trinella's. His island was an island of trauma.
It makes you forget about the last one. Makes you more scared of the next thing to come. You know what?
or it just brings them back worse. We had this friend who also lived on Zekra, and dude, the kid, you know, he kept doing this thing, and like, I mean, I have parental issues. That's everyone knows that, and just like hurting yourself and others intentionally just to further your goals really isn't the way to go. Really isn't the way to go.
It's absolutely terrible.
Our
No,
training friend has done that. That friend has done that. Almost everyone in the group has done that, and it's just I'm done with it.
Wait, why is Ares hurting himself to further his goals? What's he done? For what goals does he have? What's he looking to do?
I mean, better ask him than me. Like, the boy keeps to himself when he isn't cursing people
That's
out or
right.
stabbing
Here's the
people.
thing, you reach out to their support groups and you figure out how to help them. They're not going to tell you directly. That's why you got to reach out to the people who care about them, right?
But he thinks we don't care about him. He just
But you
sticks to
do
Michelle.
But you
Like
do
a drunkard to his last bottle of beer.
But, so he likes
God
Michelle, though.
called. Ow!
But he
Michelle
likes-
needs to be stabbed. That's that.
Oh,
Okay?
you don't like her. You don't like her.
Uh-huh. We haven't liked her from the start.
How come?
Cause she's a bitch, steals from us left and right, threatens people, and it's like there's nothing good about her.
Oh, sure, she stole from you. What's her connection with Ares?
I'm pretty sure they used to be fuck buddies.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh my god.
They,
Oh, good.
Okay, we need to have a group meeting about where PJ's learning this language.
Well, he learned it from us, but
Not from me, I'm pure. We need to have a talk.
Ares sure isn't.
Certainly be able to check in with this now. Yeah, Ares, huh. Did they used
Yeah,
to
I'm not
work
sure.
together? Did they used to work
Michelle
together?
isn't
How'd they
great.
meet?
We just need to stab her real good, like we did Nemraya, because Nemraya's a
Michelle.
bitch. There are a lot of bitches in the world.
Mm.
They just need to get stabbed.
You
a
know
lot.
how Ares and this Michelle girl met?
Probably. I have a good guess.
What's your guess?
Well, hold on. Why don't you hate Michelle?
I work with a kind of, co-work that you kind of don't really like that much, but you kind of have to tolerate because you got to get along with her.
You work with that wench?
Kind of.
Oh!
Kind of. I work for whatever side gives me what I want. I can kind of gain
Information?
Well, no, that's kind of what I do, though. I kind of like
Booger sugar?
gossip. Whatever I'm feeling. If I wanna, have a nice glass of wine made by centaurs. Well,
Dude,
whatever
that
side I'm gonna be.
exists?
Oh yeah.
what?
What?
See, that's the thing, though. I can get whatever the fuck I want, just if I just know a little bit more information. You know what I mean? Knowledge is power, baby.
And to an extent. Sometimes knowing things really can mess you up.
Comes with a price. Regardless,
Everything.
I thank you for your information. I know this Michelle fella was still kicking it. I don't think they were.
But what about you?
What about me?
I mean, I've offered all of this gossip, but I haven't gotten any gossip in return. I could offer more gossip, like how they met, but you have to tell me something. Tell me more about this group you got. Tarot cards and all that?
Well, I'd say. You know that Zacchaeus bloke? Slicks his hair back real slime ball?
Oh yeah, I flipped him off. He looked like a real prick.
Well, I found out that he actually uses toothpaste to make his hair slick back so far.
Oh, damn. I've gotta be real bad on the hair follicles.
Yep.
Dude, I just dye my hair with blood.
That works. Anyway, it was a pleasure getting to meet and talk with you. I thank you for your information. And you know what? Spotty here? We'll go with Stripes. He just, like, snaps his fingers, and you see the dog's, like, polka dots then turn into, like, zebra stripes. Yeah, that works. Well, we can't thank you enough. This tea has been delicious, and I will be certainly seeing you
About
around.
the tea.
Oh, good to see you. Goodbye. And you can see that as you say about the tea, he turns into a puff of smoke and disappears. And with that, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
So anyway, falling back into session. PJ, you're left back up on the rooftop, and all that is left is the teapot. And as you look at it now, it's no longer like fancy and floral. It's just like chipped and kind of like dirty, kind of dusty, a little bit like kind of like sniffing it a little bit. Ugh, it smells bad.
Can I check to see if this is the remnants of the fool's magic? Like he takes what's old and makes them new, or he takes what's new and makes them old again? Do you hear me?
Roll Arcana check. Can you hear me? I can hear you fine.
Yes.
Go ahead
It's just
and roll
delayed.
Arcana. Go ahead and roll an Arcana.
Ah! Okay. That would be a 19.
Okay. You are not really sure. It just seems that the nature of their magic seems to be kind of like fluid. And it seems that maybe this is just like a random like outcome of using it. But it seems there is like a checks and balances. There is an exchange that takes place.
Okay.
Almost like he's like stealing the magic and then like leaving it behind. Like he uses it for his purposes and then leaves it behind. So while that's happening, we're going to shift focus to the table. The conversations that are taking place there. You see everyone's sort of quiet as they're looking down. Eventually, Michelle sort of speaks up. So, that brings us to your reading. So you killed Tiger Eyes before.
A piece of cake.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that.
Well, do you think you could do it again?
I don't think Tiger Eyes is the problem. I think the guild backing her is. Last time she was on her own.
Thing. But if we bring her down, I think Ares and I both know this. Their guild is not brought together out of loyalty, but of necessity.
If she falls, the guild falls.
Probably.
Yeah, that sounds about.
This is-
Yeah, that's about right.
And that would prevent
She's kind of the only thing holding the whole group together.
Yeah.
That would
The only thing is this new contact that's involved.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't know about. Somebody new, somebody powerful, somebody Aquan.
Somebody apparently who's Ares' mom, I guess.
Yep.
the nail on the head. I've actually seen her a couple times.
Really?
Why?
Yeah, honestly, I think I just kind of do a head count like... Yeah, everyone but Ares has seen me.
No, I've
Also,
Contact.
Ares, what happened with...
Oh, that was my doing.
Yeah. Mario's a healer and I had some bad cuts and I died, so he brought me back and healed me up. Good.
You... died?
Those friends of yours.
That is a loose term.
Those friends of my mother's. They're very powerful. They're glass cannons.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the best way of putting it, honestly.
They have those new... They have something.
Oh, should we tell them about you-know-who? Temperance.
Yes, I would say you should if we were going to be allying with her.
The good old second in command. I point to the scar on her back.
Not really second in command. But
But you know what I mean. I don't care how their hierarchy works. You just know. I just want to. Should we warn them about?
I don't know. There's a couple individuals who were out there that are made their way up in the guild being cutthroat. It's kind of how you make your way up in the Joyful Death. You work your way up through being violent. You remember Mika, Ares?
Do I?
You do. She's you only met her a couple of times, but she's sort of like and kind of like an Asimar woman, kind of gray skin, kind of a little like she's not at all together there in the head, and she's fucking crazy. Like she will like rip people's like fucking throats out for coin and for gain, and she's mainly known for kind of working within the underground of the sewer system itself, and like basically playing like a maze or labyrinth of sorts in order to kind of like keep kind of power.
Yeah, that crazy bitch who ripped people's throats out or whatever. Or
Yeah.
Sounds about right. I turn around in my seat. She gave me this nasty scar when a couple jokers jumped me and locked me in their hideout.
Yeah, we had a bit of a run-in. We had a bit of a run-in with her a little bit ago. So.
Barely escaped with our lives.
Michelle, you remember the scar I got on my back?
Yeah, that was her, I assumed.
That's gone too.
Shit.
Okay. What skin?
I feel like I should
exfoliated.
I feel like I need to learn more about magic to get this job up. I can take much more of this.
Well, anyway,
So,
all I can give you right now. Kill
Thank you.
Mitt and kill her twice.
First and succeed. Try
That's
again.
gonna-
That's
require a lot
easier.
of
That's
planning and
easier said than
preparation.
done.
Exactly.
That's easier. My question is: are you coming with?
that will.
Me?
Yeah.
Hey, shit. No, I got. One, no, I don't want to. Two, I got shit I gotta do here. I got jobs. Speaking,
Yeah, sure.
Speaking, I
So-
should probably get the whole reason I came here. It was good.
Still have
seeing
unfinished
you.
business.
And,
Yes, we do.
and also, before they
Oh God, with this again.
can we maybe have some time by ourselves to kind of catch up a little bit?
Aries, with all due respect, I'm not letting you out of my sight.
With all due respect, we called dibs on talking to her first.
Just
Sure.
some private time to catch up with an old friend, please.
Isaac,
I'll stay in a
let him
private
have.
room. You
Isaac,
watch the door.
Isaac, let him have it. Let him have this. Come on.
Fair enough. That I can work with.
Your holy friend. Yeah.
You guys. I do think you guys should get your grievances out of the way first, though.
Right?
Sure.
Oh, still a murdered priest. We're gonna talk about that.
Here's the thing.
You stole 60,000 gold pieces from us. 60,000. Do you understand the magnitude of that? Of how much that cost? The magnitude? Are you kidding me? If you don't repay that, I'm going to bring down the powers of an archfey because joke's on you. It was in line. So if you even think not repaying us, I am going to absolutely tear you apart limb by limb more than even you think Tiger Eyes could do it. Is that understood?
Isaac.
No.
Stop.
Don't
Hey,
worry.
Isaac.
I'll bring you back.
Like
so I
looks
can't
at
promise-
she leans in a little bit and kind of like points to your earring. You're not looking like you need it, sweetheart.
Isaac,
Kinda-
Isaac, the Opals are important people, right?
Very.
Thing.
Yeah.
Here's the reason
In the grand scheme of
you
things,
wanna know why I joined the Joyful Death in the first place? Huh?
Yeah.
You wanna know?
I
He's a
look
bitch,
at
it's like-
Michelle and I give her like a warning look, like Ruby is fucking insane. Don't try it.
Yeah, I just kind of.
I just look at her. I'm like, watch yourself. Like she's got.
I
her
want to take a note. As if he was moving towards
Just
his
kind of
leg.
put my hand on, like lightly. This is not an aggressive action. Lightly put my hand on, Michelle's shoulder, and I kind of leaned. I'm like, look, her boyfriend had to sell his soul to appease her. Don't mess with her. And I take a step back.
Look. You didn't grow up on the streets. I can tell.
Yeah.
When you see the shit I have, see people go hungry, see people like, no offense,
like me,
you,
like me. I'm like ooh.
like you with a lot of fucking coin, and kids are starving.
Stole from an orphan, though.
So
Makes people a little jealous.
Yes.
Stole from a
She
cleric.
just so happens to be an orphan with an entire estate in her name and an entire government by her
I'm
side.
not talking about Ruby. I'm talking about PJ.
Speaking of which,
Yeah,
where is
bitch,
PJ?
where's my vengeance?
PJ is elsewhere.
I'm not exactly sympathetic. You see, I don't exactly live in a house like most people do. I'm not exactly the good age to afford that kind of thing around here. So
Yeah.
I don't expect me to be so sympathetic if you lose a tenth of your fortune.
Look, I'm sorry I took a little bit of your coin, but you're not.
Do an insight.
Looks like
Is
your
she
pockets are
actually
burning.
sorry?
I'm gonna do an insight. I'm gonna do an insight
She
as well.
said, let me finish what she says. She says, look, I'm sorry they stole your fucking coin, but looks like your pockets aren't hurting that bad from it.
It's not the fact that you stole our money. It's the fact that you betrayed our trust. We called upon you for help.
Wait, one second. Let me figure this out here then. She just said she would threaten to bring down the wrath of a fucking archfey on me if I didn't pay her back. It doesn't sound like trust to me. You didn't trust me in the first place. There was no trust that was broken.
Not true.
I trust
I
you in
didn't
the
trust
first
you. We
place.
wouldn't have let you get on the ship. I trusted Ares in his judgment.
You know
And
what?
don't be mad at
Maybe
Michelle. Don't try to kill Michelle. Kill me, which
I'm
I'm
not killing
afraid
her.
won't work.
Good
Point to
both of you
Drax
guys
and
for all I
Isaac.
care. Good both of you guys for all I care. But my issue right now I'm having, Michelle, is that not that you have no problem if you give it to people. But my issue is you didn't ask. I have no problem helping
God,
out
this dude.
the helpless. No
Ruby,
problem.
Have you been
calling
in
a thief.
Denmark?
You didn't.
Have you thought of any
Like,
of the
nearly
single
actual-
people in this entire town for
Like
more
Drax-
than a second?
Drax is like, oh
Go
my
up and ask.
god.
You think you just go up and ask people if you can have like fucking ton of their money? That's not how real world works, honey.
Yeah, Drax like stares at
I'm just
Ruby
gonna
like,
stand
oh
up and
my
hang his
god,
hand on
oh
the
my-
table. Alright, both of you.
Ah.
No,
I think I have a
how
bit
Drax,
of saying here
Drax,
both worlds.
Drax
At
is staring at
First thing.
Drax.
1 second. 1 second to Isaac and 1 second to Drax. Ruby?
at least if you're gonna do that, just, I don't even fucking know. I'm just so pissed now that it's taking everything in me not to make a scene, and my eyes just gonna start like beating red. I'm like, really?
Ruby?
Ruby, if you enact the rage of Michelle, you enact the rage of an entire assassin's guild.
Drax is like, oh,
We can
Drax,
take him on.
No, the fuck
Drax-
you can't!
No!
Drax is staring
No.
at Ruby like, oh my god, this bitch has no idea.
He has
Like-
no chill.
So, why
Like
don't we
he's
just...
like, oh my god.
So at this point, Isaac has sort of standed up, put his hand on the table.
Okay. Both of you. Actually, everyone here quiet a minute. I think I should speak on something that's being from both worlds. I just point to my ears.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Sylvia a couple times. Pompous pricks who have more money than they know what to do with. And I've also seen here pompous pricks with more money than they know what to do with. However, there's not a lot. There's a whole lot of people who need that money more than you. Sure, it's frowned upon to steal in other cities.
Frowned upon?
Ruby, let the man finish.
Choice of words, but okay, continue.
But as someone who has been nothing but stepped on by the wealthy,
Cry your
blame
heart out.
her for not really. PJ, you're not here.
Someone say it for me!
I think that she's entirely in her right to not entirely feel that bad about theft.
I'm only upset because of the aftermath.
Why don't we just all drink?
I understand.
Okay?
That I can understand.
Oh,
What happened?
And then, also I'm speaking on this as someone...
money. Could have used it to buy more diamonds. Means I could have healed more people.
Like,
what does
Drax is
diamonds have to
like,
do with healing people?
Drax like cracks up. He's like,
Her man, right here, I point to Ares, wouldn't be alive if not for diamonds.
At times we've
Diamonds are
saved
the
him.
what the
only...
hell's wrong with you,
Can
man?
all
What
of
the
you
hell's
just
wrong
shut the
with you, man?
fuck up? Aries stands up out of his chair. I'm done.
Really well
I'm done here.
game,
I'm
Aries.
leaving. I'm sick of all of you arguing in this petty manner. It's done. It's dumb. It's foolish.
Look, I don't expect an apology, and I understand the circumstances you came from. That's why I'm no longer mad. I just want you to understand that.
Nope.
You have to...
My only anger is with Ruby in this situation.
You don't got anything to be angry about, Isaac. Chill the fuck out. What do you want from me?
Pardon me for someone who comes from a place that hates my line of people. And then who talks nothing about money in this context. Who threatened to rip you limb from limb if you didn't pay her back, as you mentioned.
Greed is a dangerous thing.
Anyway.
It affects both
It is.
people negatively.
Well, Ruby,
We just need to be cognizant of it.
what do you want from me?
Ruby, please be realistic.
I'm not gonna get that gold back, and that's okay, because I really trust you put that money to being like a Robin Hood, like helping people. If you did or didn't, not my time, don't need the attitude, you can save it. What I
Are we
will
done here?
ask is that you genuinely apologize, especially to the little companion once he comes back here, PJ, because that was his scrap money or scrap metal. He said whether he got that or not doesn't matter. It's just disappointing because from what something that I have no problem giving. You need to open that heart a little bit, doll. Come on.
So, I just kind of speak up. Just a warning, I would seriously apologize and be careful with the little one. It's a very debilitating curse.
Oh yeah.
He has a curse that he cannot control, which puts him into a rage. Will not subside until he murders someone.
I'm like looking on the bar. Shouldn't you
And I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about collateral.
Shouldn't you have kept an eye on him then? I don't see him.
Yeah, probably. What's your point? An incubus. Do I look like a nanny?
No, he's grown up enough, but
Alright.
Not enough.
And,
to
he-
yourself.
It's just
Ruby, it's like, Ruby,
we're not it's kind of our job to beat up people who cause trouble in this city. So it's not gonna be
I'll learn his lesson one way or another. The harder we push, the harder he pushes back.
I also need you to understand that you're just not the only one who suffered. I might never have suffered in money, but frankly,
She's gone through shit.
I've gone through more shit than
Let's
meets the
not-
eye.
Alright.
Compare trauma.
Why don't, exactly.
Not
Why don't
today.
we
I'd
compare our trauma?
Look,
Why don't we just understand that we're both traumatized and move on?
I feel like
just
I
move
feel
on
like
from it.
yeah,
And if it's any consolation, you're fucking cute as hell. And maybe I can take you out for a drink sometime.
I don't know about you
see-
guys.
You
but
Isaac
see,
just
she
face
takes a
palms.
look.
No.
She takes this distinct look at Aries as she does this.
He's taken.
Aries like looks at
I don't
her,
know.
kind of like sad.
Roll an insight check.
Okay.
Actually, what's your passive? Like, whose passive insight is higher than an 18?
26.
Mine's an 18.
26.
23.
Mine is.
She's trying to make Ares jealous.
No, I can pick that up.
I just kind of
just-
laugh.
I'm gonna.
Isaac just looks at her and just rolls his eyes.
I don't know about you guys,
Like,
but I
really?
want to get out
Gotta
of
play
this
this game.
smelly hole.
Next part of business.
We're gonna let you guys have your private business. I'm getting out.
I
of here.
smirk.
I'm just gonna.
And I'm like, go talk
I'm
with
just gonna get up and I'm
Ares.
gonna walk out.
Look,
Okay,
yeah,
so
next-
Drax, you get up and you walk out.
next
I'm
point of
just hoping
business. I
that's
need to
eyes for
know,
them.
where are we gonna sleep? Where's a safe spot that we can rest?
Ooh.
Been through a lot today.
Again,
You can stay at the.
as much as I dislike it, again,
You got a home. I'd rather not take him back to my place. I'm trying to keep a low profile.
my father's place is the opposite of low profile.
Well,
Should
I'm trying to keep a low profile.
suffice.
So I'll see you then.
I know. Alright.
I'll see you later, Temperance.
How should we stay in contact?
I'll see you
Usual
around.
method?
I'll
Whenever
see you
we
around.
run into you? Very well.
See
Okay,
you around,
since
Temperance.
Wait, can I
the track.
go with Temperance?
You see, she sort of like gets up and like is almost like trying to like avoid seeing you, Ares. Out of you're not sure why. She's almost like she like gets up very quickly. Do you follow after her? But you see the party.
Ares, with all due respect, if she's trying to keep a low profile, someone of high interest probably would not aid in that.
I'm gonna look back and cast Disguise Self to make myself just look like a kind of common man that you would find in Penmark. And just
Fair
go
enough.
after her.
Just kind of holler out like, "Use protection."
Ares giggles to himself and he runs behind Michelle to catch up with her.
Don't get killed.
She makes her
Wounds
way.
does not cure
Michelle,
gonorrhea.
If you lose him,
She makes her way first up and then turns the corner and shifts back to her attire that you recognize. Sorry, I didn't tell you.
It's okay.
Staying after everything?
Sorry, what was that?
Are you staying?
I don't know. That little one has some business to be taken account of in Agonia that I wouldn't hate to help him out with. But, I don't know. I'm unsure. Because as much as I would love to stay here, I do still have some unfinished business.
Into it.
Fine. I guess.
What?
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
What's your real name?
What does it matter?
I'd like to know. You know mine.
Roll a persuasion check.
I cast guidance from wherever I am.
Too far away.
That
Oh.
is a 33.
Look at her. She just seems to melt. Any resolve, any walls she put up kind of fall away. She just looks at you. Miss.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Miss.
Would you like me to keep calling you by Michelle?
Look. I didn't say anything stupid, did he?
Who?
Lizard folk.
Oh,
Kid.
just that you kept denying that I was your boyfriend. And Ares smiles and kind of lets out a little chuckle.
I meant what I said
About?
when we last talked. So that's what she looked like, huh?
Well, apparently. I've only seen her a couple times.
Not your mom. She points to where the necklace used to sit. Said she was her twin sister. She's very pretty.
Oh. She's a distant memory now.
I don't believe that.
You should.
I don't.
I'm gonna stop her and I'm gonna pull her in by her waist and
No. I'm heartbroken again, Aries. You have to find your mom and your responsibilities, and I have shit I have to do here.
Michelle, if staying here means being with you, then I'm staying here.
Good. Don't get my hopes up and let me down.
I won't. I'm just as confused as you are. I don't know how to feel.
I'm not confused though, Aries. I'm very certain. I joined the rival gang for you. I my old life is dead now, so that you could be protected. I'm very certain of where I stand. And you're confused.
What I do know is that I'm willing to give up anything to be with you. And you don't have to believe that. Take it with a grain of salt. But you're, like I said...
I've heard you spit that line to however many men, women, and people in between.
Michelle, you're the only grasp I have left. You're the only thing holding me back. And you expect me to just give up and leave again. I don't want that to happen again. I want to sit down. I want to have a nice life. I want to have someone I love to be there for me every day. I want to have a wonderful life. I want to just be okay. And I feel like you can do that for me. But if I can't do that for you, then I'm sorry.
I'm not some piece that's gonna make you whole again.
Maybe not, but you sure as hell will help. You hold every bit of me in your heart. And I'm not trying to say this to be sappy or cheesy.
With the court or the dealer. I do know you're in danger. Just stay alive. For me. And maybe one day I might be able to believe your shit. And she kisses you on the cheek. And walks away. Turns the corner. And
Aries
disappears into
just-
sight.
Aries just kind of stands there in the alley, just frowning at the floor.
And with I end tonight's session.
Nice.